going here.
Nice.
So we are recording. So Ben, watch your mouth.
And here we go. The games are starting.
Oh, it's starting? All right. I'll keep an eye on, oh my gosh. See, I got one screen. It's all paneled all over the place.
Yeah, you need, see, I'm playing both home games on my second monitor over here. That's what you got to do. You got to get that second monitor.
I know. Ryan brought one home for me. I just haven't hooked it up. So I got 2 home games and a Zoom on one 11-inch screen or whatever it is.
A couple of Papes tournaments tonight. If
you
don't have enough going on.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a 6 in it. The date has a 6 in it. So.
If you guys don't know about that, John runs this Papes online tournament stuff too. If you need more home games. He runs all kinds of cool stuff too.
John, tell us a little bit about that. Like, what's the organization and how do you join and why would people come and play those home games?
Well, it was started by Ante Up Magazine, and they used to actually run a series that you'd buy in for, and it was run on Full Tilt for a while, and then it switched over to Pokerstars, and they'd be $5 tournaments, and you'd play them, and they had it figured out so that you'd play on the 6s so that it would rotate to different dates to be appropriate for people, and if it was on a Saturday, it'd be at noon, so that it'd be more of a time for the European contingent. And it just started out when Black Friday hit, we were no longer able to play actual paid money games, so we started playing for play money, and I started picking it up and organizing it ever since then.
Awesome. So I know we've been having a good time in these Zoom meetings. Eric and I were 2 of the mainstays in the Tuesday night OPaH.
Yeah, we were battling.
Yeah, we were. I think we had 4, other than Steve, no offense, Steve. So 4 out of the 5 people in OPaH made it to the final table last night. That was pretty exciting. And I think, did you take second there, Eric?
Yeah. Couldn't quite get the win, but it was a good run.
Fergie was on a roll. I don't know if Fergie is joining us in here tonight, but they were kicking butt.
Fergie's in there. She's 2 to my left.
Oh, great. Good luck for you then.
I see Eric. I see Keith at the same table.
I got Chad McVean. And, oh, Kelly, you're 2 to my left. Great. Oh, and there's this guy named John Somsky.
Kelly Stork, officially silver pin.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, man. Kelly. What?
I wish you would have been recording yourself when you won the thing, man. We got to start doing that. People, if you win these home games, you guys start recording yourself on the winning hand.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I was so excited. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, but you're so into the tournament and trying to win. It's going to be hard to multitask like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sounds like you were running around though, pretty excited. It's pretty fun, yeah.
Yeah, I was, and my husband, I'm like, what? I said, you don't get it, like, and then I explained to him, but he still didn't get it.
I won a free home game. I get it.
Oh, yeah. Kelly, you have no idea how excited I was when I got the silver pin. Like, I didn't even know how badly I wanted it until I had it. Asterisk. Yeah, sorry, another asterisk for the column. But
and is it Sarah? Is that Flying Bricks?
Yeah.
She's tough.
In our women's league, she is so hard. Like, she always beats me. So I was like, oh, great, So did any of you see the last hand?
No.
I didn't know. Oh, wait. The straight? Was it the 3 of a kind turned into a straight?
Yeah, she
had. That was brutal.
Straight, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, 6 came on the river. It was 2 aces on the flop, and it was all real quiet. But that was fun.
It was awesome.
Hey, Chad. Oh, good. You're not sitting out anymore. I was going to say.
Nice bet, JB.
There's this handsome new avatar of Chad McVean to my left here. Looking sharp in the...
On both tables.
Oh, God, you're right. Oh, man. Hey, Steve, can we do something to make the tables easier? Can we just do something to get more bad poker players in these? Because every time I sit down, I look to my left and it's another freaking killer.
I could let you multi-account, Jim.
Now you're talking. Let's bring some fish into the table.
I'm here.
But we joke about it all the time. This is definitely the toughest regularly running play money tournament series in all of poker.
If you put enough characteristics on it, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
Hosted by a podcast or
That's
recreational players. But no, it's got to be, right? I mean,
in the evening time slot,
60 or 70 people, and a lot of really good players there. Here comes Fergie onto the panel as well. Full house here in Zoom. Apparently no Mike Matisow yet. He did confirm, but he was going to be joining.
Did you send him the link?
Did you send him the link?
Yeah, I sent everybody else the link, just not you guys. Yeah, I sent it all Twitter DM to those guys. Yeah, I can't believe that wasn't on the email. And you're like, "Where's the link?" I'm like, "It's on the email." No, it's not on the email. That seems like a pretty important piece of information.
Well, then I looked on the site.
There you are, Eric. What do you have? What do you have, Eric?
Lie to her, Eric. Lie to her.
Oh,
All right.
that's great.
Yeah. So yes, thank you, John. I did send him the link. I could send them all the link like just within the last half hour as well. So we'll see. But this is sort of our story with the poker pros. Sometimes they don't show up. Sometimes they do. They show up and do exactly what they were going to do, and sometimes they show up.
Do they have the Zoom
talk for
link?
an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's we were just joking about that, Eric.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I sent it to him initially. I sent it all like in the last half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, they're not good at writing things down either.
No. Oh. But then sometimes they show up and talk for an hour and a half, like last time. So you just don't know what you're going to get
right.
with
The
poker
Ryan
players.
LaPlante, the Ryan LaPlante treatment, exactly.
That was awesome.
Which we were talking about, best easiest podcast interview ever.
So Ryan,
what's going on with you? Boom.
Yeah.
45 minutes later.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, your first question is hello. Half an hour later, you ask the second question.
I tried to ask something like super, like just okay. This is gonna be like a 30-second sort of response, but he's so passionate about teaching the game. It's crazy.
He's great. He had his group study session today.
Yeah,
he's great.
So do you participate in most of those?
Yeah. So he offered the free month, so I got that.
Right.
So the last 2 weeks, I've sat in on those.
Okay.
It's been good. Yeah.
Oh, how did you get that free month there, Eric?
I just kept bugging Steve, and he
Yeah.
kept bugging them, and
That's
and
my
they-
problem. I haven't bugged Steve enough.
No, so Ryan, so you guys sent me, you said, okay, who wants free months? You guys sent it to me, so like Rob, what a boss. So then I sent him the names, and then whoever got a hold of me said, hey, I haven't gotten that yet. I sent him a name again because I assumed maybe it was just a one-off thing that he missed. So yeah, shoot me if you haven't gotten it. If you asked for it and haven't gotten it, shoot me a note, Rob. Otherwise, I'll forget.
All right.
Oh, I thought he was just giving you a hard time. Sorry,
No, I mean
Ryan.
we sent Ryan some people,
Yeah.
and then yeah. So then Eric and one other person got a hold of me and said, oh, I've never gotten that. What should I do with my big hand? I guess I'll fold. I'm in a hand here with Ben Gear. You just gonna check it down, Ben? I'll take that.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna win. I think I'm gonna win if it just checks down.
Yeah, I have nothing.
I've got a 10. I've got a 10. Maybe it's good here. Hey-oh. Boom. For a big pot. Knocked out Josh at 70.
Always.
Somehow Josh only had 71 chips left. I wonder what happened.
Always trust the guy that says I have nothing.
Yeah.
I know. And then he rips.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't. It's hard for me to follow these both tables.
I know. Me too. Me too. And that's just 2 tables, but it's still,
Yeah.
plus you get the Zoom here. Plus I've got the other
Yeah.
laptop because I have to record the final table as an observer. For
I've got
Right.
3 tables going, and one of them we're playing horse. So
Oh,
come on.
Somsky's probably got like 5 going.
No, I made it easy on myself and busted
Just
out of the horse.
busted.
already.
Oh yeah, that's smart. Smart. Smart.
That's
move.
usually what I do on these things too.
Everyone but one of us does.
Oh, profound.
We had a great Tuesday night online playing, Hank. We had 3 of the top 5 were on the Zoom.
That's right.
Yeah.
3 out of the
dominated.
top 5. It's the OPaH is really strong. We've been bringing a lot of winners out of that Tuesday night OPaH session.
Yeah.
Although I think I don't think we're breaking news here because Steve put it in an email earlier, but we have started a Discord channel that's just for home games. So anytime there's a home game being played, you can go to Discord and there's an audio channel, like a media channel, not just a typing channel. And so it would be just like the OPaHs on Tuesday night, except anyone can just show up. There's no technical host or anything, and you just kind of like, if you're the first one there, it's going to be a little boring until someone else shows up. But I think we're going to get a lot of cool use out of that, and I think we might use that to complement our groups a bit too.
Damn.
Jack, what did he do?
Oh, nothing. He's on my left.
Oh, he didn't slow roll you yet?
No.
Joanne, you're looking pretty
I just
ghostly.
noticed him.
Oh, trouble.
So anyway, so Jim, so the Discord thing, that's like it's audio, but then you can also use video too. So
yeah, and I like the idea. We also created one for fans of the NFL. So if you're at home watching the game and you're not at a bar with a bunch of your buddies, just open up that channel and we can all kind of chat about the game that's going on and that kind of thing as well. So I think I could see us doing more of those Discord channels for some of the groups that we have in the website too. Like if people have things in common and want to like rail events and stuff like that, that might be a fun way to do it.
Well, and it was sort of encouraged for us to look into that instead of even using Zoom for the OPaH. So maybe someday it could even replace this, just because it is sort of easy. You don't need the extra link. It's just kind of there all the time. Now I don't know all the functionality and stuff, but some people did bring that up, like that could actually be a better solution for us.
Maybe not for the ones for the paid members, because there wouldn't be a way to restrict it.
Good point. Somsky's always got the answer.
Got the brain.
Amazing.
Huge brain on that guy.
No, that's what they always say at work. I'm just always looking for problems.
That's my kind of guy.
That's your job, though.
That's what you want.
That's your job. Yeah.
As long as your wife doesn't say the same thing.
Work.
That's your job.
As long as your wife's not saying the same thing.
No, when I found her, I found all the problems I need.
Oh my!
Just a reminder to everybody that
no one
this
said
is recorded.
I was gonna say, this is being recorded.
Careful now.
No, none of you know her, correct?
I've
Correct.
Met her.
Yeah.
I think I've met her, right?
Maybe.
It's funny.
Hey,
I wish I don't know who's at my table here. I want to know who's at my.
Yeah.
I found somebody that you need to outlast.
Yeah.
Look on your left.
Rick is sitting out. Yeah. He's probably ahead of me in chips right now. So let me see. Now I'm actually barely ahead of him.
I just flopped top set in the other game, and they're betting into me, so that's probably a good sign, right?
That's a good sign. I flopped middle set in this one, but John folded to my turn raise. Boo, John.
Sorry.
And I got the perfect card in the river. The ace came on the river, so I got him.
I would have called if I had top set.
Oh, Jack, you limited the button on me.
Wait a second. Do I have John on my right on one table and on my left on the other table? Good God.
2 to your left, but yes.
Yeah, with freaking killer Chad McVean in between us.
Well, that's the one I'd really be worried about if I were you.
I was just being polite to you, John. You're on the team.
Rich,
Good
I
pull,
was
Jack.
distracted. That's why I didn't bet.
I was wondering why. I was like, Is she gonna let me have this pot? No, I guess not.
No. Playing the other game too, and listening and watching.
Yeah, it's
You totally got extra chips off me because of that. Because there's no way I should have snapped at that pot, but I did because you were showing no interest.
You know, I used to play 6 to 8 tables regularly, and I don't know how I did that.
I did too.
Yeah,
Did
it
you
feels
have
like a
more
different
screen?
life.
Did you have more screen set up or anything, John, or just?
No, I was just younger.
But your
And
picture
I
looks
think
the same.
games were simpler back then too.
I got 6 right now. So.
Nice. Well, the real key, I think, is if all you're doing is just playing poker and not like trying to have a conversation or do something else in the background, then it's easier. But
Yeah.
even if I was playing 6 or 8, I wouldn't want them to be like a mix of cash and tournaments and knockouts and stuff like that. If I only want to play one type of tournament, or even just like cash games, because otherwise it's too many things to think about.
Yeah, definitely shouldn't play horse.
Don't play horse.
Yeah.
That'd be a dumb idea.
Well, welcome to some of the new folks that jumped on. I see Troy and Kim and Kian. Trond is here. I don't know who else is new from last time that we did a round robin. But welcome everybody.
Nice to see Kim, another Canadian, joining the ranks.
Hey.
Kim, you have to say something. We haven't met. I need to hear if you're actually a Canadian accent or not.
Oh, the Canadian.
Okay, I'm unmuted.
There we go. Hello.
Hello.
Say process.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm not paying much attention to. I'm just in a satellite to the GG Masters, so I'm just we're on the bubble for seats. So
cool.
Oh yeah, do your thing there.
Yeah,
I'll pay more attention when that's done.
That sounds
good.
good.
For sure. Yeah, thanks
Right
for jumping on. Oh, these
Right,
Canadians
so
are
she's gonna be
crushing
folding
it.
a lot, so I'm gonna be attacking her blinds.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Attack!
Oh man. And a note to anyone else: if we're playing in one of these on Monday nights, I'm definitely recording something at the same time, and I'm playing like 7% of hands. If we're playing on Monday night, you can basically just pretend I've got aces every time. Crazy.
It is funny when we're recording stuff though, and people are playing. You can just tell when sort of people lose interest in the discussion and they're like focusing on their hand. Like, hey, where'd you go?
Yeah, they're halfway mid-sentence and they pause for a little bit. Oh, they must have had a decision there.
Totally.
I mean, we're very professional, so we would never record anything while we were playing a game.
Super professional. I have to raise Kian since he jumped on here.
I think that's Steve's way of saying he has a strong hand, Kian.
It is. Yep. Or is it the whole, act strong when you're weak kind of thing? He's probably going to 3-bet me here. He's thinking about something. He's kind of in the shadows. I can't really get a read on his face.
Oh, that's on purpose. He's definitely doing that on purpose.
Then he just flatted me.
He's a shifty character, that Kian. He knows how to use that edge, that disguise edge of the shadows.
I thought it was supposed to be harvest season. I thought he wasn't supposed to be here.
I don't know about you guys, but I definitely use the visual cues from people. I'm definitely looking for reads on people when I'm playing in the hands with them in these.
Yeah, I tend to not even think about it, and then I do something stupid like make a sour face when the flop comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
Or a big old sigh.
well,
yeah.
But it's not a big deal because I'm playing 3 tables, so you don't know which one I'm frowning about.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Well, one of the people here, and I'm not naming names, is at both of my tables.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
He knows who he is.
Yeah. Kian, what do you got?
You mean me, Joanne?
Top size bet on it? I think I've got a call. I've got enough. Ew, nice try. Had enough, yeah. A lot of hands I fold there for sure.
What'd you have in the hole there, Steve?
Oh, I had queen 10. And late position. And I flopped a queen. King on the turn. I had the 10 of clubs. There's 3 clubs on the turn.
Nice.
He check called both streets, and then he fired river. But he had a pair of 3s, but turned it into a bluff. But obviously, there's a lot of hands I fold there. A lot of my big hands that I miss. So make a note,
Nice.
Jim, whatever that means, wherever your little notebook is.
I
Opened Queen 10, late position.
No, honestly, I am making a note. I'm making a note up here about the cadence of the way that you talked about that hand at the very beginning.
Oh, nice.
I thought it was a strength tell, but I don't think it actually is. So I have to calibrate.
Queen 10's a monster. Are you kidding me? I am. Yeah, I don't know. I just talk too much all the time, so I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason to it.
That's what my kids say about me.
Yeah.
They sound really nice.
Who?
Just kidding.
I get to meet your son this weekend.
Yeah, how you do?
If there's anybody, put you on the spot. If there's anybody in the Brooklyn Park area on Sunday and or the Coon Rapids area on Monday, 11 o'clock on Sunday, 12:30 on Monday, we're helping JB move. We're getting the Rec Poker Moving Company together, and we're going to help JB move houses. So if you're around for a half hour, an hour, we're putting a little small crew together. I don't think it'll take that many people, but shoot me a note if you're interested in helping out. JB demanded that she gives us food, and I said, no, water would be great. If you have water for us, it's all we need. So when there's no food, you can blame me and not her.
What other training sites out there helping people move? That's what I want to know. You don't see the red chip moving company.
I was flabbergasted.
As I said, it's a community. I mean, honestly, this is what I do. Is I love community, and I love when people are sort of committed to each other. And so, I mean, all right, yeah. JB's like, oh, I'm gonna move. I'm like, we'll help you. She's like, I don't think she ever believed me.
People say that all the time, and it's like they only say it to say it kind of thing, because then when you go back and say blah blah, and they're like, oh, I'm busy that day. So I'm very appreciative, because my son's two friends that would have, one is out of town and one is, I forget, working, minor working thing.
Okay, yeah.
So very appreciative, because I did look into moving companies, and I was not about to spend $2,000 to move 15 miles.
Yeah, I said I'd do it for half that.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe you should bring food.
I will.
No. I don't want to retard that conversation. I finally convinced you not to. So far, we're 0 for 2 on our people that have made commitments. So that's exciting. That's
what?
all right.
What? Who made commitments?
No, not on moving. Not on moving. Sorry, JB. On the folks that were going to show up tonight and hang out with us.
Oh, gotcha.
So Matisau was at 8 o'clock, confirmed twice. Dutch Boyd was at 8:30, confirmed once.
Question.
Well, it's not 8:30 yet.
Who's monkey sister?
Oh, it's not. I was thinking 8:15. You're right. Thanks.
That's me.
See, John, there he is again.
That's Keith Brandt.
Oh, hi. Nice to meet you. What do you got there?
It was.
Sounds like she's gonna. Oh no.
Nice to meet you. What do you got there?
But I didn't like it that much.
The best pickup line ever. I think I've ever.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, you're that person. Okay, let me know what you got.
Well, I need to put these names with the
you can have
online names, because I don't know everybody.
You guys can change your names and add your online name on your deal.
That's what I did. I updated mine on.
Oh, there it is. Rich did that.
Nice raise, Eric.
But I use it for some other stuff, and I don't want my.
It'll only rename it if you rename it right now in the session. It won't remember it next time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, how do you do that, Mr.?
Like right-click on your name, I think, and then it'll give you an option to rename. I just did mine.
Oh, okay.
When in doubt, right-click.
Mr. Diz. Now everybody's focused.
Yeah.
We got them all distracted now.
Well, I got Keith and Joanne at both of my tables.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's been declared.
Ugh. Feels weird doing this without a Grolsch. I'm taking a week off.
Why are you taking a week off?
Just because I
Maker's
got
Mark.
back. Maker's Mark. There you go. Just every once in a while, just take a week off and try and just
Dry out.
dry out. Yeah,
after your morning Grolsch, after
morning.
People
So in
probably reached
Canada,
out to you.
weeks start on Tuesday.
I was going to say, the week did not include the Monday night Steelers game. So that is exactly correct.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So John, I have a question for you. Have I ever played live poker with you since I don't know that picture? I mean, I know your picture, but I don't know your real face.
Who are you asking?
John?
John Thomsky. Have I ever played live poker with you at RA?
You seem familiar, but not super familiar. So maybe we've played in the same tournament, but not at the same table.
I'm just curious.
I recognize you more from Rec Poker than I do from Running Aces.
Funny, Joanne, I played with you once at Canterbury in a tournament. You were sitting to my left, and I didn't know who you were then. And then it was like a week or two later, I saw you on the Rec Poker site, and I go, "Oh, that's that lady I was playing with at Canterbury a couple weeks ago." So
sweet.
Yeah, you look familiar. I thought I had played you at our Running Aces.
No, I think it was. I remember Canterbury. It could have been Running Aces too, but I know I played with you at Canterbury.
Good folder, Jimmy.
I was just telling you the same thing.
JB, do you play Grand Casino at all? Because Rob plays a bit up there.
I did play up there a couple times before COVID, just on the weekend.
Yeah, I played. I played there more than anywhere else, really, or I did.
Their dealers were just too talkative and slow. I couldn't tolerate it.
It's more of a fun atmosphere up
there,
right?
Well, there was this one older woman who I understand retired. She drove me up the wall because she spent more time flirting with the men at the table than she did dealing.
Yeah, me and Rob kind of liked that.
Oh, Christy. You're talking about Christy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that was her name.
It's got to be Christy.
Yep. She retired now, so she's not there. Well, they closed the poker room entirely, so it doesn't matter now.
Oh, they did? Forever?
It's not there anymore. Well, I don't know if COVID ends, maybe something will happen, but right now there's no poker tables at all in that room.
Well, there's no poker anywhere, but they closed that one too, huh?
Yep.
Well,
they put slots in there, Rob, or something, or what they do?
No, they just got tables like for the Plum's restaurant.
10 there, Eric? Is that what happened?
Oh, okay.
You hit that 10?
10
Who are you talking to?
10 is good.
Talking to Eric.
10 was good for me.
You hit the 10, yeah?
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Jack.
Yeah, be scared there, Chad.
What do you have?
Both tables.
King Jack.
How come Kelly is muted?
She
focuses.
I'm in 3 games and I can't even concentrate on that. And look at you, I can't do it all. I'm like, I need to finish the game here. It's driving me easy.
Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Big
How do you change your name? How do you
Right
add your
click.
name?
Right click on your.
I'm on an iPad.
Ooh, press
Try
and hold.
long press. Hold.
Yeah.
Hold. See if that does it.
Do what?
Long.
Press what?
Long press.
Like
On your
press and
picture,
hold?
just press it. Press and hold. See if that does something. I'm guessing.
All right, you guys can take it.
You sound like my IT people. Just see if that does something.
The game plan said I had to call
There's a
Eric.
settings icon. Maybe you have to do that. I don't know.
I didn't see a settings icon.
Look, Kim is Fergie though, right? You're Fergie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a story
Newcomer.
behind that? Or
Newcomer.
did you qualify at all?
Yeah. Yes, I did. I got
Okay.
a ticket for the GG Masters. Yeah.
Nice.
For Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the buy-in for that?
150 US.
Sweet.
Well,
Nice.
I don't have to say US. You are all from the US.
Well, Jim's not.
No, but it's the default language. You know, we all talk about Central Time too. You bunch of savages.
Hey, I try to do Eastern for you.
No, you are
I
not. You are
try
good
to do
about
Eastern,
that. He is good about that.
which is crazy.
Sorry, Rob.
Ah, well, it had to be either kings or aces to beat me.
Do you cooler
boy.
drop?
No, I just called down with top pair, top kicker against pocket aces of Eric.
That'll do it.
Yeah, you have ace queen and queen comes on the flop. I mean,
Yep.
It's hard to get away.
Yeah. Kim,
I
I
was calling no
interrupted
matter
you. So
what.
is Fergie? What's the story behind the screen name? Any story at all?
Yeah, a little bit maybe. When I was 16, I had my first job as a waitress in a pizza joint. And this older waitress that had a really thick accent used to call me Frecky, but she couldn't say, because I have freckles. She couldn't really say Frecky, so she said Fergie. So she'd call me Fergie all the time. So that's how that came about.
Oh,
And I was like, it was my name on Pokerstars like long before I started playing for money. And so I couldn't actually change it. They won't let you change your name on Pokerstars. My name everywhere else is Pet Vet on all the other sites.
Okay.
Is what?
Pet Vet? I'm a veterinarian.
Ah, okay.
I'm retired.
Well, Fergie.
Oh, you're really betting up a storm.
Hey guys, we got so we have Dutch Boy jumping on here.
No, sweet.
So he's jumping on here right now.
Who's TCS?
Jack LaRue.
I forget. Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Boyd is in the house.
Let's take a look here.
Hey,
how you doing, sir?
Doing pretty good. How's everybody doing tonight?
Great.
Good, man.
Better now. This is awesome.
Living the dream, man. Living the dream.
So we're just thanks for jumping on here. We just we play these home games. This is one of the games that we have for just our paid members. So we jump on here, do a little Zoom call, kind of get to know each other, and then ask cool people like you to jump in and just say hi. So welcome.
Honored to be here. You know what? I had a little home game like this last week, and it was the best thing that I've had in poker since the virus, since they shut down the strip, and now this is what we have.
Yeah. Why was it the best game? Just fun?
Yeah, it actually felt like it felt like so many of us have been quarantined and not really having any human contact, and it's not a replacement, right? But it's better than just online poker where you're just seeing faceless avatars. Actually being able to see the video and see people, talk to them, it does kind of feel like real poker, so I think it's cool what you guys are doing.
Yeah, we have a blast doing it for sure. Well, if anybody has any questions, feel free to chime in. Otherwise, I'll just keep going. But I'll try to pause. You guys know me. I don't like to pause very often.
Well, the one question that I always want to ask is just, especially as you're transitioning now and we're all kind of dealing in this weird world, have you noticed anything about like different ways that people are playing poker, or tips for some of our recreational players about how they may take advantage of this kind of uncertainty in the game right now?
Well, there's a lot in that question to unpack. I feel like there's been a definite change to how poker's being played with the virus, with so many with so many of the card rooms and casinos closing down. I mean, they're starting to reopen, but they're still just not like they were. You're still in this lame spot where you're covering your face and having to actually risk your health by going out and playing a game of cards with people. It doesn't make it a light, fun, social experience like it was. So I definitely feel like there's been some changes to how people are playing. There was a big movement towards the clubs, like the online apps with the Poker Bros and Poker 2. And it was kind of interesting watching that whole Poker Bros thing just kind of blow up. I got to think that, some of those other club type apps are just around the corner to have the same thing happen. But I think that within the industry, I think that you're starting to see a pretty big migration from pros looking outside at other opportunities outside of poker. I know for me personally, coronavirus has kind of given me a wake-up call to realize, poker might not always be here as a viable profession. And it might go the way of a lot of other gambling social games like backgammon or bridge, where, it had a heyday. It had a time where people were making their living playing backgammon, and not so much anymore, but they're still playing. There's still backgammon clubs and there's still backgammon games going, but people are really treating that particular game or bridge more as a way of connecting with people, and not looking at it as a way of making their nut every month and paying their mortgage. So I kind of think that there's been a pretty big shift from looking at poker as maybe a forever career path into something more as kind of a side gig and side hustle. For me personally, having the time off, I decided to kind of go back into law. So passed the Nevada bar a little earlier this year, and just found out today I passed Missouri. So that was kind of having kind of a good day with that.
Oh, congrats.
So the Missouri bar is transferable. So you can actually transfer that Missouri bar to all sorts of different states. And now I don't know what I'm going to do, but it kind of opens up some doors, I hope. And yeah, if any of you end up in a jail cell in Nevada or Missouri, call up Dutch.
So then you're going to criminal law. Dutch.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I really am so new. I don't even know what to want.
I spent 42 years in the legal field.
Do you have any advice for someone just getting into it, Joanne?
Don't go to a big private law firm because you'll give your life to them hour-wise. I was a paralegal, not a lawyer.
So far, that seems to be the response I've been getting when I'm putting out these feelers, is letting me know that they're going to start me off really, really low in salary and expect 60 to 80 hours a week. And if I just grind, it'll all pay off. And I'm like, okay. I don't know. I think that's good advice, Joanne. I appreciate it. I appreciate the advice.
You do your thing. On the other hand, I was very fortunate to work on very interesting cases all across the country. My department did explosion fireworks and some of the big, huge disasters in the country. It was very interesting work.
Wow.
We defended, or most of our clients were big commercial insurance companies. It was very interesting. I got a lot of perks out of it, traveled all over the country, lived in LA for almost a year and a half on a case. So it's rewarding.
So did you get burnt out on poker at all? Like, let's say, nothing sort of changed and, it wasn't a monetary thing or whatever. It was just, purely the poker. Would you have just gotten burnt out on it anyway, just playing so much?
I don't know if burnt out is the right word for it, Steve. I kind of, professionally, I kind of felt like I had reached a limit on how far I could take poker. At this point, I have 3 bracelets.
Yeah.
And, quite a bit of tournament credentials, and I can walk into pretty much any card room and know someone there and be able to sit down at 2-5 or a 5-10 game and grind out a modest living, but it's not really that good of a living. And I'll tell you, having been in poker so long, I can tell you just one of the truths when it comes to professional poker is every single professional poker player has less money than you would think they would. And that's to a man. Like there might be 4 or 5 exceptions of people you're like, oh, wow, I'm surprised that he has that much money. And, they're just most of the people are grinding it out, and it's very difficult. And the games are great on Saturdays. The games are great on Fridays, but every other day of the week you're up against 7 guys who are really good, who are really dedicated to doing it for a living. And I was kind of watching this whole pattern play out, grinding it out in 2-5, calculating how much I'm making on a Tuesday morning or Wednesday afternoon, and realizing the dealer makes more. The dealer makes more than the 2-5 and the 1-3 pros, and that's just that's just the way it's going to be hourly, and that's how it should be. That's what it hit me as a poker professional. I'm sitting there, kind of irritated at that fact. Then I realized, no, that's how it should be. This is the guy who has to actually dress up in a stupid monkey suit and sit there going like this all day.
And take all the comments from everybody.
Yeah, and here we are playing 2-5 no limit, which on a Wednesday afternoon is going to be the best game in the day.
Nice.
And I'm thinking, this isn't really a good way to make a living. And what's more is I've spent 20 years doing it.
Jimmy.
And how much have you actually really done for the world, right? It started feeling kind of unfulfilling, and then you start seeing the fish in the game, right? The quote big whales, the losers in the game, who are sitting down dusting off $2,000, $3,000 a night like it's nothing. And these are the losers. And why do they have that? Because they actually have big businesses where they're actually contributing, and they make the top pros in Bobby's room look like chumps, and that's just like how it is. And I started thinking, I went to law school. I finished up when I was pretty young, and you take the guy right in the middle of the class. He's going to be better off today than almost every other pro I know. So I don't know. Burnt out wasn't the right word, because I still love poker. What I think the right word is realizing, seeing poker for what it was. And poker really never should have been a good career path for so many people. It really should have always been just kind of a side, a side gig, where a hobby. It should have been a hobby where it brings people together. And I love the competition aspect of it. I love the World Series and the WPTs, and I love the conversation at the table. Some of the smartest people I've run into in the world have been around a poker table, and some of the dumbest people too, which is always fun. But when I think about so much of the wasted talent, like what would some of these, just crushers be doing, and how much better off would they be if they didn't go down the path of and really it was a marketing trick. When you look back at how it happened, it was a marketing trick. We all got kind of duped by the whole dream of ESPN and the covers of Bluff magazine and all of that, and then the online card rooms came in and just really messed everything up, because then it became way more lucrative to be a poker star than a poker player, and somehow it became like, now the goal is just to get on TV and bink the right tournament at the right time where it's televised, and you look good on the cover of a magazine. Boom, 400,000 a year, rake back deals, the whole bit, and that became the goal. And it's like, wow, that's not, what just happened?
Right. So now you're chasing becoming a celebrity versus becoming the best player in the world, right?
Yeah. So Steve, what I would tell you is that I don't ever see myself leaving poker. I mean, poker is just part of who I am, and I love the game. I'm never going to stop loving it. I don't think I'll ever miss a WSOP when they actually come back, and it's just going to always be something that I enjoy doing. But I think that when I hear the best players out there are the ones who are using poker as a vehicle to do other things. And I think that, I think that's the way it should be.
Yeah, I'm so intrigued by that. I'm a business coach, so my radar is just like going haywire right now with so many questions. But what I hear in there is just sort of, there's a piece of, you have sort of had this ceiling for yourself personally, but also you felt kind of unfulfilled in, maybe what am I contributing to the world kind of thing.
And I think a lot of poker players have to realize that, that we're not really building much. And you take in, especially when you gravitate towards the actual money side of poker, where the real money in poker is in cash games and not tournaments. And that's no question about that. When you start kind of looking at what that entails, I mean, you can justify it. I can justify it. I can say, well, you're providing a form of entertainment, and it's kind of like this weird contract with the casinos and the professional poker players, and the 510 pro at Bellagio, who's making $90,000 a year, he's providing value to the tourists from LA, because by him being there, he's providing this entertainment. But come on, you take any of those 510 pros and you take them out of the game and you put them in a minimum wage job out in Iowa, and is the world going to be better off or worse off? I don't think it's going to be worse off. I really don't. I think it's going to be better off. And it messes you up too. When you're a cash game player, it messes you up because you get into this mindset where it really is everybody against you. You sit down, everybody's trying to get you. Everybody's trying to take from you, and you start kind of start hating the same people who are you. You look around across the table, and it's like the other 510 pro. You hate him, and he's doing exactly what you're doing, and you're just like, I can't stand that guy, but that guy is you, and it's like it's just such an unhealthy attitude, and you run into some of the biggest scumbags. Oh my gosh, I mean, you all know, especially when you're like, at least as a pro, you know who they are. When you're kind of new, you walk into a
we
card
don't know
room,
that how many we've run into, right?
You all of a sudden see, some guy named Fritz walking around shaking hands with everybody, and then he comes up to you and asks, hey, how are you doing? Let me introduce you to the club that we're all part of, and why don't you put me in this tournament? You're like, yeah, sure, this is a good idea. And you don't realize that what you see here are these aren't friendships that you see in a card room. There's something else, and there are very few it's rare to have real friends in poker, at least at the pro levels, where you're all competing for a very limited amount of money coming in from these tourist conveyor belts. And even your best friends will still try to take your money and still be like, oh no, you can't come into this private game. Oh no, because it really is every man for themselves. And this is not how the world should be. The world should be where we're all trying to expand the pie. I mean, this is one thing that I really love about Mike Sexton. And, he recognized that was the only future for poker, is to make it into a positive sum game where money was coming outside in from not player money, but from sponsorship money. And he always saw we will never be where we need to be if we can't get the Nike logo on Phil Ivey.
Yeah.
And the online poker sites aren't Nike. And instead, this is just a redistribution of player money to other player money and then to the business money. So it's not what poker needs. And other guys are seeing it and working on that problem right now, like Kerry Katz over there at PokerGo. This is a guy who's actually trying to create an entertainment product where we can get money from outside in and not have to rely on the same recycled losses. But anyway, Steve, I could go on about all this.
Yeah, no, I could too. Anybody else have anything they want to ask at all, or otherwise we can let you go here too?
I just kind of wondered, I mean, you kind of hit the height of popularity at the perfect time at the beginning of the poker boom when everything was just taking off. And of course, at that point in time, you were also young, maybe naive, but probably able to enjoy it as well. What was that like? What was that whole experience like? I've talked a little bit with Tony Lazar, who's here local in Minnesota, about the same type of stuff, and I'm just curious on your take on it.
Tony's the best, and I'm sure that he would have a lot to say about it too, because he was right there in Rolling Stone with the rest of the crew. I mean, that was pretty cool. Walk into a Barnes and Noble or a Walmart and pull a Rolling Stone with Dave Matthews on the cover, and you get right there next to him, and there's a 5-page spread on the crew. there's Tony Lazar. That's awesome, you know. And if it was possible to trade that fame for money directly, then we all would have won poker. But it just doesn't work that way. Instead, you kind of have to come up with these middlemen who are saying, okay, we're going to reward that with a way to pay things off. But there are other benefits for sure. It's pretty cool to be able to walk into be 23 years old and walk into a frat party and have all these guys think that you're just awesome and ask for autographs because you're sitting there playing card games. And there were definitely some fringe benefits to it for sure, but you get to a certain point where what you really just want is a normal things. You want a house and a career and a family, and I have a 10-week-old baby now. He doesn't care about Rolling Stone. He doesn't read Rolling Stone, And I'm not trying to go pick up sorority girls at a frat party anymore. I'm 40 years old. Those guys are losers. What I want is be able to, have a house instead of rent. These are simple things, and everybody I went to school with and normal people have these things, and normal poker players don't. Normal poker players are deep in makeup, have a lot of debt, have burned a lot of bridges, have a lot of ex-friends that ripped them off and stole their money, and drug addictions. And in the end, the saddest thing I ever saw was playing 8-16 game at the Orleans stud 8, and an old champion comes up to me. This guy's a champion. He's a 2-bracelet winner, had a bankroll in the 7 figures several times that he just up and down lost. He asked me if I can stake him in a game, and I'm like, no, I'm playing 8-16. If I could stake you, I would not be playing this game. But say what? I can buy a Subway, and I do. I would go to the Orleans. I got a comp for a Subway sandwich, and anything you want. Subway is yours tonight. He does. He's like, I'll take that, whatever.
Live large.
And then he takes it, he walks off, and I go back to my table, and then nature calls. I go into the bathroom. He walks in, eating the sandwich, into the Orleans bathroom. I can see him because the reflection on the wall, right? So he doesn't see that I'm sitting there at the urinal, seeing him come in, eating that sandwich. And then another guy comes in, gives him $10, and he reaches deep into his crotch and pulls out this metal ball of aluminum, right? He hands it over, and the other guy walks in, snorts, you hear something going on in the stall over. It's like a weird smell coming out. I'm like, this guy's a world champion. This is his retirement plan. Dealing crack cocaine out of the Orleans bathroom. This is what the retirement plan of a world champion looks like. And I'm like, Jesus, maybe it's time to get a real job.
Yeah.
But hey, Steve, we're going to be coming on your show on Monday, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Super excited to have you.
I'm looking for you. I sorry if I was a little bit of a downer tonight, you guys. Poker is awesome.
No, man.
Wish you all the best of luck. It's really the best game in the world.
That have just been defeated. Everybody here is an aspiring pro. No, no, man. We're the beauty of what we do with Rec Poker is just it's very few. I think very few people in part of our audience are aspiring pros. We're doing it for the fun, and to be able to connect with people like you that have seen sort of the promised land, if you will, of the World Series of Poker bracelets, and, it's sort of the fun stuff that we do dream about. But no, I love to see the reality, the different perspectives of the business itself, because that's important. And I think what you're saying about poker, a lot of us have experienced in our own lives. I mean, poker isn't the only industry that can sometimes defeat us, right? And so I think your message resonates with a lot of us who have seen that same sort of thing and ask that same sort of question. Is this all there is? Is this what I have to look forward to? Is selling crack out of the bathroom? So I think it's good stuff, man. And yeah, I've got a million other questions for you. We can tackle some of those on Monday, but appreciate you jumping in here with the crew.
Well, I think the saddest thing in the world is watching somebody who gets exactly what they want and is just completely unhappy. And then just can't figure out what there is left, So I think you see a lot of that in poker. There's so many talented guys, and girls who are just They come in and they really could just succeed at anything that they wanted to, and they just can't figure out what to want. And I think that's just you're right, absolutely right. That is not a problem that is novel to poker. That is everywhere you look. And I don't know. I'm looking forward to a conversation on Monday, Steve. I wish you all the best of luck and good luck in the game. Is there any other like poker specifics? Like, do you want to know how to play jacks under the gun? You know?
Yeah, I want to know how to play jacks under the gun. I mean, come on. Just play jacks, period.
Well, I'm three betting Jim right now. Jim just opened middle position.
If you've got jacks with more than 5 people in the table, just go ahead and muck it, open face, and be like, big hands just get in the way. Always remember that. You'll
Jim,
never
muck your jacks right now.
I like it.
And then just save those chips for when you're on the button with the 7-5 suited.
Let's go, Jim.
Jim
and I are gonna dance. Ace, king, ace, queen, hold, baby. Oh, you got no! Come on, you suck so bad.
Did you win, Steve?
I get my ace, king against his ace, queen.
Did you win? Was that?
He flopped 2 queens. Yeah, that was a win.
Oh.
He flopped 2 queens, and it's just over.
Steve, you got to get it in. You got to get it in bad against me. If you get it in good against me, I'm going to dry out on you every time. You got to get it in bad.
You're the worst.
Yeah. Imagine you win that hand, Steve. I mean, you're not going to feel good winning with a favorite. You're setting yourself up for a negative free roll just even playing it. Like, the best thing that can happen is I won. You see, like I was supposed to.
Thank you for the new perspective. I'm a changed man.
Hey, well played, Jim.
Thanks, Dutch. Thanks,
yeah, he opens middle. Yeah, whatever.
I'll see you guys on Monday. If any of you have like some poker questions or or hiring a lucrative position for your law firm, just go ahead and hit me up. Boyd.com.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll talk a little more poker on Monday, but yeah, no, it's great to hear. Congratulations on the bar and stuff. That's fantastic.
And the baby.
And the baby. Yeah, and the baby too. Yeah. All right, take care.
Time out, Steve.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, what's going on? Oh,
don't time out.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you. I'm on tilt from the other table. Jeez. Yeah, you don't want me to time out because you raised. Look at you. You're like, don't time out. You're like, don't time out. You don't want to get out of his hand, and then he bets. Oh,
what a nice guy. What a really good nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of there. I flopped top 7. I'm just gonna fold. Just kidding.
Yeah, get out of there.
Oh, that was fun. Sorry if I monopolized. You guys just have to jump in if you want to ask him a question because it's hard for me to.
He told me how to play jack, so I'm happy.
Okay,
what did he tell you? I was in my hand, so I.
He said if there's 5 people at the table, just fold them face up.
Face up.
What do you got there, bro? Ace king?
I don't think it would.
Help a girl up.
Oh, Eric.
Eric, come on, look at me.
Eric just shoved a big pot-sized bet on the turn. King 7-5-3. He has shown aggression every street, but Kelly's been. Oh man, Kelly, what do you got? You got a king, Kelly? You got a king, queen?
Oh man, you know what? I'm feeling generous. I'm gonna donate to you.
I gotta pull it up now.
King, queen, ace, king, yeah. Oh,
wow.
There, we already had it. Yeah. Nice
what a good read, Steve. How'd you do that?
Just lucky.
Hey, you almost affected the action there.
I know. I'm sorry. Well, no, because she had the decision, not you, right? I just asked her if she had king, queen.
Right,
she was all in. She's all in if she calls there. Hey, Matt Hunt jumping on here, guys.
Oh, sweet.
I sort of folded it.
Cool.
That's tough. That's tough, man. Tough spot. Mr. Hunt is in the house.
Cool.
Hey, Matt. Probably just audio's connecting and such.
He's pulling the Somsky.
He is. It looks like. Hey, man.
Hey, there he is.
What's up, guys? I got kicked off there for a second and I had to come back on, re-enable everything. But yeah, we're good. How's everyone doing?
Real good. We're I'm struggling right now a little bit because I got it all in with ace king against ace queen and lost to Jim Reed, Bluff Sterini. So I'm just now I'm on life tilt because of that because first time I've ever lost.
That's the most life tilting thing in poker, obviously.
Right, exactly. in our free home game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, invest.
Is there a way I can see the action? Is there a way I can like sweat what's going on?
Oh,
Not really, unless I share my screen, but then everybody can see my hole cards.
That sounds great.
That's fine.
That's a great idea.
Which
Yeah.
may not matter.
You guys
At this
can
point, it
just
may not
act a
matter.
certain way, and I'll try to guess what you all have. I'll try to do like
that's
that
right.
scenario rounders.
Well, we're all playing like multiple games right now, so it's kind of chaos. Well, thanks
I'll
for
just
jumping
go out on a
on
limb
here.
and guess then. Someone probably has ace king right now somewhere.
It has happened a few times recently.
Yeah, it's been big tonight.
Yeah. So, well, welcome. You know, we're like I said, we're just playing a home game, playing a couple different home games going on here. These are some of our paid members at the site. So we do this once a month. Just invite our paid members to come and get to know each other a little bit, build community, and then we invite cool people like you in here to just hang out for 15 minutes or whatever, and chat and see if anybody has any questions or whatever for Matt. Feel free to fire away.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know we recently had you on the podcast, and people just loved it. We turned it into a 2-part deal, and it was fantastic stuff.
Yeah, I just finished listening to part 2. They're both great.
Cool. I'm glad you guys liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good feedback. You've got a really interesting poker story, so I think it was nice to be able to tease that out a little. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's an unusual one. It's I guess I didn't. If you'd sat me down, 10 years ago and told me I'd end up living in Vegas at this time in my life, I wouldn't have thought so. But I guess it's funny the turns life takes sometimes.
I have a question.
So how is the? Or go ahead, Kim.
Sure, Kim.
Yeah. Hi, Matt. How you doing?
Hey, Kim. What's going on? I remember you.
I
wait,
know.
we got a story here.
Oh.
I miss the family. Anyway,
what?
I'm
It's all for wife family.
Oh, cool.
I have been doing sort of soft study all of this COVID time, passive study, and want to get into more now. Maybe doing solvers and stuff, and I don't know how to start. Like is there like a how-to right from the beginning of how to start?
I think there's largely most of the companies that put solvers out aren't very good at also making tutorial content. But if you want to get started with solvers, I'd probably recommend instead of using PO, I'd recommend using GTO Plus. It's a solver that's designed by the same people that make Flopzilla and Card Runners EV. And so they have a little bit more experience with making accessible software that is a little bit easier to interpret and maybe a bit easier to get to grips with. So
I would probably start. Do you still have to build everything? Like you have to build it? Do you still have to build all the? Oh
no, I think they made it a lot easier than Card Runners EV. From what I've seen of the interface, I don't use it much myself, but I've used it a few times. And from what I know about the interface, it's a lot easier than Card Runners EV. Card Runners EV is like a nightmare to go through and build every step in the game tree. And it's GTO software from 8 years ago, but GTO Plus, I think, is a much more streamlined and simple version of it. And from what I've heard from the students of mine who use it quite regularly, it's really good. So I would probably start with that one instead of PO.
Okay, that's good.
What he said.
Would I start with when I'm playing, I use Hold'em Manager too. So, and I'll sometimes tag hands. So should I just start with those hands, or should I start specific spots like big blind versus?
I would start with, as opposed to starting with hands that have actually happened, I would start with whatever you're curious about. So think about a spot there.
Everything, Matt.
Okay.
Everything.
So in that case, start with whatever you find most difficult. And if you say everything to that, I'm going to say there must be something that's some easier than everything else, right? There must be something that's slightly easier, something that's slightly harder. So think about a spot where maybe it comes up fairly often and you think, I never know what to do on this kind of board, or I never know what to do in this kind of spot. Just run a spot like that. Run like a blueprint spot that is just fairly straightforward and resembles a real hand that might happen. And then basically see what happens and change one thing. Change one input. So change the pre-flop range or change the bet sizing or something else, but don't change everything at once. Because what's going to happen is if you run a solve and then you change all kinds of things and you run a different output, you run another solve, what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to understand which change in inputs correlated with which change in outputs. So you're going to see a completely different solution, but you're not going to know why. You're not going to know if it was the pre-flop range or the bet sizing or the stack sizes or whatever else that might have actually affected things. But if you change one variable and then you see a different output, you then get a very clear insight into how that variable affects the output. So you'll be able to see, let's say in a certain spot, the first solve, it wanted me to c-bet 50%. And then when I made the pre-flop range wider, it wanted me to c-bet 80%. Oh, well, maybe that tells me when my opponent's pre-flop range is wider, I can c-bet more. Now you start to learn an understanding of how things correlate with each other, which is much, much easier to implement in game, because all you have to think about is the correlation, the general aspects of how one thing relates to another, instead of trying to remember information. And that that memorization just doesn't function, you know.
Well, thanks for that. I do find that there's just so much to learn that it's kind of overwhelming.
Sure.
But you know,
that's part of the game. Yeah, it's definitely part of the game. But what you'll find
teaching the
though,
old
is
dogs new tricks here.
what you'll find though is
too,
that,
like that works on so many levels.
the more that you focus on the principles, and the more that you start to draw connections between one situation and another. So you run one spot and then you notice, oh, this is kind of similar to that other spot I ran last week. It really starts to solidify the principles in your mind. And when you start to understand the principles in a deep way, you can extrapolate really, really well. And you can start to say, well, I've run 3 spots that look kind of similar, and now here's 10 other spots that have a lot in common with these first 3 spots that I ran. And now maybe I can play all 13 of those spots reasonably well, because I can extrapolate from those 3 spots that I ran that, you know, I understood this principle when I ran those. So nobody out there has run all flops in all formations in all spots and you know, figured it all out. Nobody's done that because it's so time consuming and nobody can remember it all. But the people who study really, really well with solvers are the ones who drill down into the principles really quickly and learn those as quickly as possible through running a few solves and noticing what's different and what's the same. That's probably the best way I would describe it.
Right.
Chris Jones talks about using Flopzilla in a way like that, using the random flop generator and just only changing the flop texture every time, so that you can see how that changes the other variables. Are there some other great softwares like that? I love Equilab, Flopzilla. We're talking about solvers. Are there some other good resources like that people can use to do some more active study in their downtime?
I think really Flopzilla Pro, or the latest version of Flopzilla, is about as good as it gets without going into solver territory. I think that you kind of have a real division in the tools that are available, where you've got solvers, which are high enough level tech that you're going to get very deep. You're going to get very deep learning from it. You're going to get very advanced results, but it's going to be very hard to pick apart. And then you've got the much more intuitive stuff, which is going to allow you to look at maybe a viewpoint on how your opponent's range looks in a certain spot. And you're going to plug in their range and see what it looks like. And it's going to get you accustomed to that process. And unfortunately, there really isn't anything to bridge those gaps, because as soon as you go beyond your own intuition about what your opponent's range is, so as soon as you go beyond something like Flopzilla, the only other thing you can use is technology, which is a solver. So there's kind of a hard divide where you can get really, really good at Flopzilla, and you can get very good at poker through just using Flopzilla if you use it very well. But there's a point where once you go beyond that, the only step that remains is solvers. And once you take that step, there's a whole new domain that opens up where you're using AI and you're using all kinds of things. So it's sort of like, are you going to stick with your own intuition and your exploitative understanding, or are you going to dive into using the tech to help you? And once you take that plunge, it's kind of hard to go back. So you got to kind of be ready for it, I guess.
Flopzilla.
Go ahead.
Flopzilla interfaces with GTO Plus.
Yes. Yeah, it does, I think. Yeah. So those are 2 tools that you can use pretty effectively together. Yeah.
Yeah, because then the 2 of them, Kim was asking about solvers. Then the 2 of them, if you have both programs, they have all the features of PIO or PIO.
Pretty much. Yeah, exactly. So you can take a spot that you ran in Flopzilla and you can then solve it in GTO Plus. Sure. And you can, there's a lot of interaction between those 2, which is probably why I would recommend for someone who's just getting into solvers, especially if you've already used Flopzilla, I would say just take the next step, go to GTO Plus, and then try to, merge the 2 together in your studies.
A lot easier.
Well, I was going to ask. I was going to switch gears a little bit, just because I'm not as cool as all you kids, but with all the solvers. But I'm curious, like how the YouTube channel is going. If there's any update on
sure,
that
yeah,
and what's going on there.
The YouTube stuff is literally like it basically starts exactly now, because I don't know if you guys saw my Twitter earlier on, but I've basically had to rename my Twitch channel because there was a lot of confusion with, there was another guy who had basically the same brand going on, and he'd actually copyrighted it, and he was very friendly about it and everything. So basically I just changed it, and my Twitch channel is just Mental Health Matt now. So it's very simple.
With all the vowels and everything? So it's just
just everything. It's
not
just
like the Twitter
Mental Health
handle
Matt.
or- Yep.
I couldn't believe, like, it works great because
open.
now I don't have to like add numbers to the end of it. I don't have to add underscores in the middle of it, stuff like that. So that's great.
Okay.
But yeah, the YouTube stuff is going to go alongside it, and that's going to basically start materializing over the next few weeks. I'm going to be recording and uploading stuff, and some of the Twitch streams are also going to be, hopefully all of the Twitch streams are going to be like dual streamed on YouTube at the same time, once I can make sure that all the technical stuff is working correctly. So that should be pretty good. And I'm excited because the streaming's been really fun so far, and I'm lining up some interviews and stuff with some very interesting people over the next few weeks, hopefully. So I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Is there anybody particular that you're hoping to talk to, or?
Well, so far, I know that I'm going to have Jason Su on, who's the author of Poker with Presence. He's a great guy. He's a friend of mine, and I'm a huge supporter of his work. He's done a lot of great stuff in recent months and years. I know that I'm going to have Dr. Rob Tarswell, who's a friend of mine, who is part of the Solve4Why community. He's a mental health doctor in Vancouver, Canada. And I'm also probably going to have Jody Savage, who is one half of the team that does the Raising the Nuts podcast. She's a nutritionist, I believe, and her husband, Trevor, is a poker player. So those three are the ones that I've spoken to so far. But this is like I said, this is very much in its early stages. It's not fully confirmed yet that I'm going to actually do this, but I am going to do it. I've talked to these people. So I'm not sure what the dates will be, but I'm going to set all those up, and they'll be coming in the next few weeks. So with any luck, by that point, I will have contacted some more people and lined up some more interviews so that I can keep it going.
Yeah, we'll make sure, obviously we'll be watching and sharing as we see it. But if you have a list of people that you're making sure you make aware of when things are launching, please let us know so we can pass that on.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd be happy to.
If you don't mind me asking, how are you doing personally?
I'm doing great, actually. I honestly, the work that I'm doing with setting up the channel and with with everything that I've been working on lately, it's a lot because it's a very new domain for me. It's a learning experience. It's sometimes a little intimidating, but something I think I can't remember if I said this on Twitter earlier or not, but like I've had more positive feedback and more people like reaching out and thanking me and things like that for what I'm doing right now, like part-time in a completely new domain than I have in the entire 10 years of my poker career. So in terms of the validation I'm getting from people around me, that it's just been fantastic lately to have so much support and to have people coming and saying like, yeah, what you're doing is great. So like, it's hard not to feel good when people are just messaging you to tell you that you're doing something that's helping them, so I'm doing well.
Well, I think, you think about all the things that you've contributed to the poker world, which is phenomenal. I mean, you're an incredible thinker. I've talked about it a lot as far as things that I've gotten out of your teaching and stuff. But, that's changing the world in an incremental way, right? You're making people's lives a little bit better because they're making a little bit more money and they're happy and all those things. When you start talking about helping people with mental health issues and helping them feel more, more free to share their story or to get the help that they need, I mean, you're radically changing the world. For generations. And I'm not trying to blow that out of proportion. I really believe that, people like you that have the platform that you have, that are taking advantage of it to actually encourage people to improve themselves, that's huge impact in the world. So kudos to you. I mean,
thanks, Steve. That means a lot.
I'm not your dad, but I'm proud of you. If that
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate
for sure.
it. I really do.
Well, we got a couple more minutes. Anybody has any other questions for Matt, or if anybody else want to chime in there, Jim?
Yeah, if no one else has any other questions, I want to keep picking his brain. Yeah, okay. Is there because I'm doing some solver work, and a few people have asked me. They're sort of just getting into it, and like, so if we're using GTO plus for something, is there, and I like the way you were talking about isolating your variables. Is there, do you have a couple like little just introductory exercises that people could do, or a few things that you'd suggest, like, here, try doing this, you know, the first couple times you're in it?
I would say actually the flop texture thing that you mentioned is a really good one, because it's one that you can do very simply. You can literally take the exact same spot. You don't have to change any variables in the game tree or anything like that, and just run like 10 different boards. You know, just run the same spot on 10 different flops and see how the solver wants to play on ace-7-3 rainbow compared to 9-8-7 with a flush draw, you know, stuff like that. If you do that over and over again, and you just take that one spot, eventually by the time you've looked at boards where you have a good spectrum from the most static on one side to the most dynamic on the other sides, you're going to have a pretty good perspective on that spot. And you're immediately going to start to say, oh, there's trends developing here. Look, I can notice this matches up with this, and you're going to start to see things in common. So I would probably start with board texture, and then maybe if you pick a board texture that you find difficult, then start switching the formation, changing the ranges, maybe stuff like that. But board texture is probably the starting point, like you mentioned. Cool.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, we can let Matt go. I know we just wanted to kind of have you drop in and hang out with us for a while. And of course, you're dropping all this knowledge in that action-packed 15 minutes. But thanks for jumping on here.
No problem. I'm happy to do it. I'll be happy to come back sometime.
Danger.
All right, sorry.
We're going to take you up on that. Danger.
Oh, you can. I mean, you gave me a chance to plug my stuff, so I should come back.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I like those guys. I got to talk about me the whole time. No,
I can't turn down free advertising. I don't have advertising money yet.
Well, we're happy to help, because obviously you're making our worlds better by you being on here. So it's a good symbiotic relationship.
We do this every month, Matt.
Yeah, you'll get invited to this for sure.
Be careful there. Be careful there. You don't want to ask me for too much. I might start backing away slowly. But we'll see.
Just give us fair warning. But no, seriously, I want to honor your time. But thanks for dropping by here, and we'll chat with you soon.
No problem. I'm happy to.
All right.
Good luck, guys.
Take care, Matt.
Bye.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah. So Kim, I want to hear a little bit of the story. So what's your connection to Solve for Why?
I'm one of the Solve for Why alumni. I've been to 3 of their camps.
Wow. Is that right? Okay.
2 tournament camps and 1 cash camp.
Like anything like recently, or is that a while ago?
Last year.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's so good.
Yeah. So once you've gone to one, you can go to another one for free, or you can pay a very small amount and still play. Have you watched their videos? You know how they do it.
I've watched a little bit, and I've seen the agenda.
They have the camp all day, and then you play it. Like, I was mainly focused on the tournament camps. So you go to the camps. It's a 3-day camp. You go and they teach you, and then in the afternoon you play. They teach you all morning, and then in the afternoon you play on their tables that show the RF that have the readers, and they are commenting on the play, but you can't hear them. Mm-hmm. So they're commenting the entire time on your play. All the cards are shown for everybody, and if you bust, you get to buy back in with 30 big blinds, whatever that is at the time. They give you more chips, but so you do this for 3 days, and then the final day. So the first day you're sort of playing early stage. The second day you're playing leading up to the bubble, and then the last day you're playing a final table. Okay. It's really, really good. It's really, it's like I just go out and smash it right after I've been there, but I forget everything. So I really miss it. I was supposed to go to, all right, hold. Yeah. I was supposed to go to their 5-day tournament camp right before the WSOP started this year.
Yep.
But it got canceled.
We
And,
actually
like-
we had an invitation to go out there too. They wanted one of us to go out there and kind of scout it out so that we could talk about it on the podcast. So I wasn't sure if I was going to go or if we were going to do it as a giveaway or something, some kind of a drawing.
Right.
So I looked at the agenda for it too. I'm like, oh my God, like this is transformational stuff.
It's really good, and you get more and more out of it the more often you go. The first time I went was one of their very first tournament camps they had, and the second time I went, it was so much better structured, and I got so much more out of it the second time. But it's like you just have to keep going over it and over it. Like Matt Berkey's mind is like,
yeah,
it's like
yeah. We've had him on the podcast, and he just blows us away every time.
Yeah. But it's really, really all encompassing for like there's kids that are just turned 21. And there's old farts like me and even older. And it's like a family. And we all go to Matt's place. He invites everyone over for barbecues. And it's it's like a real family. And you can get in touch. These guys, we have a, what's that thing called? Slack group. And they get back to you immediately on anything. So
that's pretty awesome.
It's worth the money, in my opinion. It's expensive, but it was worth the money.
What's something like that go for?
It was, I think it's $3,000 for the 3-day.
Okay.
I was gonna guess like $2 or $3 grand or something like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then you can go back to as many as you want for like, I think it might be 1,000.
But you got the
you can
value
go up to
out
all
of
of
it.
them for free. You can go to as many as you want for nothing.
Very
And
cool.
just sit and watch and participate in class, but not do any of the actual play, which is the most beneficial stuff.
Yeah,
So
getting
we
the
play
common.
for half the afternoon, and then they do a wrap up, and then you have to go home and study it all because you come back to it. It's really, really exhausting. But it's good.
I was just in a hand with you, and I didn't want you to use any knowledge on me. Thank you.
Who are you on here?
I'm Shorzy. I'm up top.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. All right.
Minnesota boy.
Yeah, nice. So you don't have that many women, and you don't have that many Canadians. So I could probably promote that quite a bit.
Well, we would hate that, Kim. We would really hate that.
You don't want more women on there?
Take as many Canadians as possible.
That's right.
Hey, Chad.
And to be honest, I thank you, Steve, for this site, because when COVID started, I had $65 in Pokerstars because I play online.
Yeah.
So $65, and I've run it up to $2,500.
Yes.
But I'm so sick of the home games. They're so horrible. Like my friends that started them, they're such bad players that I'm just getting, and this is such good players. So it's really, really good to play a game that's for play money, and people are playing properly, and people are playing good poker, good solid poker. So I really, really like it. And I prefer to play this than to play on my money account.
Right.
I would prefer to play this.
I'm glad you think so, because that's what we sort of set that standard right at the beginning, that we don't want people just firing away, but generally people just are taking it seriously, and it's been fun to have that be the culture, because I think we're a poker learning community, so it's the community side is of course critical, but it's about poker learning, and nobody learns anything if it's just dumb play, right?
That's right. That's right. And and as we know, there's just no end to the learning in this game.
Yeah.
Just never ends.
Yeah, I was just wondering how the family said I missed the family. I thought, oh man, Matt's family, and like, what is happening here?
Family. It's all for my family. It's great. Like Jack Lasky and like all of them. They're just great.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Something else. See, this is what happens when you are old. Things slip out of your mind.
I understand. That's why I have Jim.
I don't like to play. I'm a live poker player. I travel all over the world and play live poker. That's what I do. I'm a retired veterinarian, and that's what I do. I have my play money account, and I just go and travel. So this has killed me. COVID has killed me.
Do you have a favorite?
I hate playing online.
Yeah.
I only played online to win PCA packages or Prague or somewhere else and go and play in big events. That's the only thing I would do is go and play to win into something in a live event somewhere. I don't go and play and grind online.
Kim,
for me, it's a social thing.
Do you have a favorite like international tournament that isn't, I mean, it's still a good value?
Yes.
What do you like?
The Irish Open.
The Irish Open?
This was going to be my 6th year going.
And then when is that?
It's always over Easter weekend.
Okay.
And then but it's not my favorite tournament. My favorite that's my favorite international. My favorite tournament is Run It Up Reno. My favorite tournament series. It's like a big family too. Run It Up Reno. Like just killing me. It's supposed to be next month.
Keep reminding her. Don't you miss this? Don't you miss this?
Oh. And then poker cruises I go on all the time.
Jeez.
So for the
at least one a year.
What's that buy-in?
Because they're the Irish Open.
Yeah.
They have like a 2-week series. So, but the main event I think is 1,100 or 1,100 euro maybe.
Sure.
Something like that, or 1,500 euro, something like that.
Perfect.
Where is that played? I've been to Dublin a couple times and played at the
It's just outside Dublin.
Okay. Very cool.
So
I thought I've never been on a cruise, but I thought that'd be a pretty fun thing to put together for Rec Poker. I don't know if people have the resource and the desire to do that. I don't know if I have the resource to do it, but I thought that'd be pretty fun to put together some sort of a poker cruise or something.
Yeah,
I've been on six
really
or
fun.
7 of them, and they're a lot of fun.
Annie up, John?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Annie up hosts them, and I get a small discount.
Nice.
Really?
Well, yeah, I write for the magazine, so basically, I think I get the rooms for their price, but I still have to pay the rake in the poker room.
Right.
And all your poker losses.
Sorry, John.
Yeah, that hasn't been a common thing on the cruises, actually.
I was being sarcastic. I assumed you would be a winner on those.
Nice hand.
Yeah, I think I lost one cruise.
My biggest cash was online on a poker cruise on Norwegian, on their Norwegian Poker Challenge, 1,100 buy-in, and I was 3rd, I think, for 59,000.
Wow,
that'll do.
Good for you. That's a nice
That's my
trip.
biggest cash.
Who have you done the cruises through? Card Player or?
No, through the Norwegian Poker Cruise. They do a Norwegian Poker Challenge, and then I used to go on the WPT when they used to have the Amateur Poker League, WPT APL. That's how, I don't know if you know that. It used to be a bar league, and it started out all over North America as a bar league in the WPT family. But they've combined now with, or we used to go to the boot camps and stuff. The old WPT boot camps. But they've combined now with the regular WPT.
I'm about to get busted, I think. Oh, you suck.
Anyway, that's my story. And I hate COVID, as everybody does, I'm sure. But I especially.
Fair, Steve. I mean,
it's first world problems not going on my trip every month.
Right, but it's still a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Anyway,
Binkley
I'm
just
really
busted
happy.
me.
I'm really happy to have found this little site because it's got some social stuff combined with it, which I really like. Which I really
we're
miss.
excited that you're here.
Thanks.
You probably don't even know, but
We do need more Canadians, and we do need more women. So we're counting on you for the twofer here, Kim.
All right, I'll send it out.
We need less Canadians.
Some of them are really bad players, so.
Well, not for long. If they come and take it seriously, watch some of those Chris Jones seminars.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of women that play the home game, just not a lot that are doing the paid membership thing.
Right.
But it's still slanted. We've done a podcast series on women in poker, and we're trying to figure out how we can support that, and create an environment that's more amenable to it. But
Eric, you bully! Come on.
We try to get rid of people like Shorzy.
Come on.
Nice hand, Kim.
Did you just bust him or what?
Come on.
You just busted me.
Oh no.
You always have it against me. I was telling Jim that last night on the online play day. I was like, every time you have it on.
Where do you get your chips? My God.
It's true, Kim. We were talking about you in the OPaH last night because you were just running over the table. It was great.
Oh, final table, Jim.
Oh, great. Thanks, guys. Perfect.
Just happened. That's how the lights go on.
Oh, come on.
As I'm watching from afar.
Last night. Yeah, I ran pretty well last night. I think I came from behind a few times.
My Pokerstars just froze.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
I'm on the river with top 2 pair.
Not on here. You're on the final table.
Yeah, the final table action's on you.
It's on PAKES. It's a limit event.
Oh,
and I
no.
can't call.
Oh, no.
A different tournament?
Yeah.
He's on the horse game on Papes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm going to have to.
Because you got 124 seconds.
Yeah,
you have 120 seconds.
Do the reboot. Do the quick reboot.
I'm trying to. It won't. Pokerstars won't kill.
Ah, man.
There we go.
It says you're sitting out on the home game now. Yeah, 124 seconds. That sucks.
We'll see if I come back in time. It takes forever to start when something like that happens.
Yeah.
Binkley, get some chips, man. Come on, Eric.
I didn't want to interrupt Matt Hunt, but
Here's Keto. See in this?
What were you gonna say, Eric? Or was
Troy?
Keto, what'd you show?
GTO Plus, you can do a whole database, and instead of just varying
Dorsey, didn't show?
You can do 100.
What did you show?
I do it all the time.
Ace King.
Really?
Oh, awesome.
Flops.
Yeah, you had me.
So I can, and then it puts it in a spreadsheet, so I can.
Yeah, good bet.
All the same types of flops.
Huh.
So it's really cool. I could show you how to do that.
Yeah, Troy, I'm really interested in that.
Me too.
Can we talk about that offline or something? Or?
Oh, anytime. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I just want to get started somehow.
Yeah, I do it. I've already done like 25 and 40 blind situations for, early, middle, and late position and defending the big blind. And then, so I've already pre-solved probably 40 different databases of 100.
Here we go.
Wow.
Here we go.
So then you can kind of.
Give me spade.
No.
So Jim, that's not something that you've currently done, because Jim does a lot of work with the HUDs and the data and all that stuff too. But you don't use that same program.
I didn't use GTO Plus, but I'm gonna get it because I like being able to have it work with Flopzilla, and I think it'll help with the people that I'm trying to help with it. Having that more accessible interface, I think, will be a big.
Oh yeah, and
help.
If you're real familiar with Flopzilla Pro, it just interfaces. And
yeah, so that's a no-brainer.
And it's really well priced too.
Plus, real easy.
And they got all those different databases that you can download, just collections of different kinds of flop textures.
Yeah.
Samples you can go big or small, whichever works. If they got them up to 30 some odd different flop textures you can download.
163 is their highest, and that's built.
It goes all the way up to 163. Oh.
Yeah, and that's the 163 is supposed to cover like all 1,755 unique flops. It's representative of that.
Jeez.
So
wow.
It's really powerful. Yeah, it's $100 compared to PIO. What's that?
Mm-hmm.
300 or
whatever, you know.
Yeah, you can use the node locking so that, I mean, you can see, you know, like you can program what you think is something exploitable and to see just how exploitable it is. You know, I found some things that were really not very exploitable at all that I thought was a real weakness, and then vice versa. You know, you have to look at it.
That's the plus, right? GTO plus, the node locking.
Yep.
You know, you can put what you say. This is how people respond to this bet. You know, if they're not balanced, you know, it's pretty cool.
Well,
so is that like 100 a year or 100 and you own it?
One time.
One time you own it.
So like 500 Canadian.
Oh, sick. Good thing you did it.
So I think I'm going to start a group for solver users on the rec.poker site, because I think that would be a good thing. We can all share a forum and we can talk about this specific type of software, because we've got the forum for like HUDs and software and Flopzilla, but I think it would be helpful to have a specific forum just for this very niche type of conversation. So I'll invite you to. I'll invite both of you. Does anyone else want to be invited to that group? Or, I mean, everyone could just join it when it forms, but is anyone else interested in solvers and getting to know them?
Yeah,
definitely.
Love it. It's fun.
Yeah, okay. Keith?
Yeah,
Kian?
definitely.
Kim? All right, great.
Yes.
Great.
Thanks.
Well, we all like learning together, you know. It's so much easier when you've got people with various levels of experience all kind of teaching each other how to use stuff like this. It's great.
Well, also gives you a bit of accountability. So.
So true.
A bit of a procrastinator with my homework.
I'm sure no one else on the panel. Yeah, right.
Too busy going on all those cruises.
Every now and then it collects virtual dust.
But I mean, we've been in lockdown since March. Ask me how much homework I've done. I've just been playing stupid home games. Not this. These aren't.
Well, let's see. How do we mute Kim? There we go. She's now been muted, so I'll take care of that deal. Well, finding out I can actually remove her. I can stop her video. Okay, that's fantastic as well.
That's it. These
Kim,
Canadians are taking over.
On here. It was nice to know you. Okay.
Actually, gonna take
I was waiting for that.
Somewhere else.
Sorry about that. I meant, I already said how good this one was. I wasn't counting this one. I was counting those other ones.
I've been playing those stupid home games.
I know that didn't come out at all how I meant it.
Let's see, timestamp 9:36.
Yeah, that's right. We'll pull that. Go to the tape. Go to the tape.
I was just thinking, how much you said you love the community and hate the home games, and that's what I do. And it's like, I guess you guys don't need me around here anymore.
I'm a member of all kinds of home clubs. I don't hate this one. I choose to play this one.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Well, we joke about all the time that this is the hardest, the toughest, regularly running play money tournament series in the world, period. I don't think there's
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We have Kim's endorsement.
Yes. Yeah, I see Joanne agrees as well. That's excellent.
JB's gonna win this thing. She's been like quiet all night, just focused on her game. She's sitting there, hanging around there, middle of the pack, top.
Oh, you're
top
muted.
Stack.
She's muted.
She's gonna end up winning this thing.
I'll let you get there, huh? I gotta see it though. So.
I'm quiet because I'm exhausted. Moving is a hard thing.
Yeah.
I haven't moved in, I'm embarrassed to say, 40 years.
41 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
that's a lifetime
that's
for
a
some
long
of
time.
us. That's a lifetime for some of us.
Okay. Good for you, Jim.
Yeah, good for you, Jim.
Thanks a lot. Thanks. Make me feel good tonight.
That's my whole life.
Okay, no more video.
Do I need to mute him now too?
Yeah, that's my whole life, including conception.
Nice,
You really got an extra time in there.
Nice one.
Is it appropriate to go like this, Jim?
I think it's allowed with me. I think it's allowed.
I actually think it called for a double barrel.
You're taping it.
A double barrel.
All right, guys and gals. Good night.
Good night,
It was
Ben.
great hanging with you, Ben. That was a lot of fun.
Good night, Ben.
Next time. Thanks, Steve, for the guests too.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? Yeah.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
All right. Well,
All right,
hopefully
man.
next month we'll get some of the same, some new folks
Oh,
as well. But
absolutely.
yeah.
Good luck, everybody.
All right, we'll talk soon. Talk soon.
So who's going to play the role of moneymaker now? Steve, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Go to bed.
Should I
Yeah,
go
get in
upstairs
bed.
and lay on my bed?
There you go.
I don't have the background. I'm just hanging out in my living room with no. I put 2 lamps up, so I have a little bit of lighting. But this is I go lay on the couch back there. Go lay on the couch and hang out and in my pajamas. That was funny, man. I found that so amusing. For those of you that miss it, when Moneymaker joined us for one of these things, he was just kind of hanging out, laying out in his bed upstairs. And he eventually put like a universe picture behind him or something.
Yeah, the solar system or whatever it was. It was
Yeah.
so weird.
I was wondering why I got quiet. You guys are playing a big hand in there.
Yeah, it looked like it.
I'm not playing any hands anywhere. I'm out of every game that
Me
I've
too,
played.
Rob. I'm just hanging out.
Me too. I'm just here for the fun of it. That's it.
Tron, are you still out there?
That cigar.
Yes, sir. He sure is.
Smoke at us.
See,
And
he's there.
that's Rob's practice cigar, because tomorrow he's got a reason to be out on his deck with a glass of Maker's Mark or something else even, and a cigar of his own, because someone else is turning 40 tomorrow. Rob Washam. How about that?
No, it's 39.
39. Sorry. Yeah, that's right.
I'm not as old as you, Jim.
You don't look it.
I know.
That's because he just retired. That's why he looks so young. He's so happy. Look at that smile on his face.
Is it official? Did it happen?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
Couple
go away
years ago.
for
okay
1
that I
week.
shared
The whole
that?
world changes.
Was that okay that I shared
Congratulations.
that? Sorry, Rob.
No, that's fine.
Tired?
Common knowledge.
Congrats, man. Way to go.
Thanks.
You got a few things to celebrate.
But according to Jim, it puts you in an old age group.
This just in.
I've been there for a while, Joanne.
Newsflash: Rob is older than Jim.
When Jim had his 40th birthday, I gave him a little message saying that, you're younger than my daughter. So
yeah.
I'm old enough to be your old man. So there you go.
I thought that was a very sweet message, Rob. I did appreciate that.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Hey, I'm an old guy now too.
Yeah.
I've been hanging out with my family so much. I got a whole new bunch of gray hairs in my beard.
Yeah, I've got a few too.
He's not kidding either.
I got rid of mine. Not my kids, my gray hair.
Oh, I was wondering there. Wait,
No.
what?
Well, one shows the stress and one causes the stress.
But look at Jack's gray beard though. I mean, how sharp does that guy look? Look at that Jack. Look at that guy. That's a good-looking older fella right there.
I should trim mine one of these days.
What
I
is
guess.
with this age thing tonight?
Oh, it's just the cream rises to the top. That's what it is.
Jack, what's new in your world, man?
Kind of like my poker play, right?
Right.
I think Jack is actually might look better in that rec poker hat than Andrew from earlier. Something about I really like. You're killing that hat, Jack. Keep it up. We got. Oh yeah, nice. We got to get you one of those fun little pins to just put right over there, like Eric's. I don't know if. Oh, Eric didn't have the hat on.
Do you have a pin, Jack? You probably got a pin, don't you?
No, he got second. He was heads up and won. That's the most. Say what?
I said, way to go, Steve.
I know.
Steve.
I know. Thanks. Now she talks. All right. Just stay quiet the whole night until it's time to rip on me. I see how it is.
I honestly just love listening to you guys. And Kim, I think you are hilarious. We should go on a cruise.
Maybe she didn't hear you. Kim, everybody thinks you're hilarious.
Hilarious.
Not in a good way though. Just like
I'm glad I can entertain y'all.
I was like Kelly said she thinks you're funny.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. It's such a fun mix when you get a group like this where
I'd rather be fun than funny.
Yeah.
Well,
But I love it when you get a group like this where you can be like encouraging and like people aren't negative or like ragging on each other, but you can still rib each other and like give each other the gears. And it's so nice when you know it's in good fun because it's with people that all mean it well. It's just great. I love that kind of sense of humor. Steve and I are always digging into each other and stuff. But you know, and if you didn't know us, you'd think.
Oh, so you're saying I don't need to cry myself to sleep every night anymore?
after our podcast.
They don't like me.
I always tell everybody, well, I'm from Minnesota, so if I really meant that, I went to said it. So, you know, like, right? Because we're so passive aggressive. So if I say something mean, I obviously don't mean it, because if I really meant it, I wouldn't have said it. So you should be more worried if I'm not saying anything mean to you. I think you and I, Jim, were that way. My wife and I are the same way too. We're like, that's just how we interact. It's sort of that, you know, that because you know you don't mean it. But I think, you know, we're with our friends and they're like, oh my God, I could never talk to my wife like that. Well, I don't mean it. And vice versa, you know, but it takes a while for people to get used to it. But no, I love the group for sure.
Yeah.
The ones that can't handle me are probably no longer here. The ones that don't think I'm actually mean, they're not here anymore probably. I don't know who they are. But
well, they couldn't have gotten to know you very well, Steve, if that's what they think.
Aww. Yeah. I'll give you the $1 tomorrow.
Thank you. That's US, right?
Nope. It's Rwandan francs.
Oh yeah, great.
About 600 to 1. I'll send you 1 Rwandan franc, but it'll
cost you more to mail it to me.
You
can send it across the border.
Chad, I sent Jim a new pack of stuff, so he you know, within 6 weeks, whenever the mail, you know, whenever they Pony Express it to Coburg, Ontario, he will then have access to pins that he can ship out to.
That's right.
The Canadian folks.
Yep, the real winners, as we like to call them.
Yeah, because Chad, I think I still have your envelope here.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my pin from months ago.
Yeah, that's it.
I know. Well, it came back.
Is it true that because a Canadian won a silver pin on Sunday, the tournament had to be rerun the next day?
That's pretty much what happened. They decided, wait a second, a Canadian can't win this. We need an asterisk. Asterisk time. Let's run it again. There it is. He's got the return envelope.
This thing has been like across several countries.
The journey of the pin.
And it found its way back home.
Yep. Not only that, Chad, but John was intentionally sabotaging the posts announcing that I had won.
He did.
And disguising it as though someone else had won. This conspiracy goes right to the top. Right to the top. Yep.
Yep. Well, you know, until that point in time, I was actually proud to be part of this site.
Well, who, like, you know, we had a pool going with the people in the panel, like, who do we think is going to get the first silver pin among the panel? And nobody had Jim. Like, nobody picked Jim. I'm totally kidding, by the way.
No, we didn't have a pool, but...
Shocked us all. Jim got the pin?
What, who? No, not Jim Reed. Another Jim?
That must be an asterisk. Oh, that's
right. The asterisk.
Yeah, because John set it up for Jim or something.
How's that survey going about who you don't want to see at your table?
Oh,
I haven't got a single vote. So they all want to see me. I don't know. Right, Chad, where is that at? So Chad put out a survey of who on the panel do you not want to see come and sit down on your left or something like that. And
yeah.
He left Taylor out, which is good because that's a snap. For me, it'd be a snap Taylor.
There's not a lot of votes, but John's leading it right now.
Oh, I don't know how I missed that.
Second.
I don't know how I missed that.
I think I saw it yesterday.
Oh, Facebook. Oh, okay, that's.
I think it was Facebook. Yeah.
All right. I was gonna say do
I have a vote yet, Chad?
You don't have a vote.
No, they're all happy to see.
It's because you're so friendly, Steve. That's
right.
Let me go vote. Let me go vote.
No, I don't want. I should not. In that crew, there's no way anybody should vote for me. There's no way.
Actually, I was looking at it and thinking it was a pretty tough decision because I voted for Jim.
Oh,
but
right on.
I don't really want to see any of the rest of you on my left. You know,
Is there a Facebook group that I don't know about?
There is.
Yes.
It's Rec Poker.
Okay.
Yeah, I chose Chris Jones, but it was tough. I mean, you're right. Everybody's such a good player, but Chris just gives me fits. I think probably because the thing I hate the most, which I don't care, I tell everybody anyways, I hate when people float me out, when I'm out of position. He just does. Him and Taylor both just do that. It drives me nuts. It puts me in a spot where I feel like I always have to have it then to play against them, and that's obviously suboptimal.
Get crazy more.
I voted for John because he keeps taking all my chips.
In his defense, he does that to a lot of people.
Yeah, and in my defense, I redistribute them quite often too.
Oh, you've got like 5 wins, don't you? Plus,
yeah,
maybe 5 or more.
5. Between one of them was last year. I think 3 nightly series, maybe. Or maybe only 2 nightly series.
You don't have the mixed game yet, do you? Because that was the one.
No, Mike's got all those.
Because I know you really wanted a mixed game one. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, Mike Patrick.
No, I think I got second in one of the mixed games.
I feel like you did too. Yeah.
I think you're right.
No,
I thought I was going to win a mixed game.
So if you guys don't know, we started this international series thing on Fridays as well. So we play at 5 a.m. Central and noon on Central for our Australian and our European friends. But anybody's welcome to play those. But we've had some interest overseas, so it'll take a while to build up for sure. But just so you know, there's no pin associated with those, but there is a TOC entry. So I think Rich was on here earlier. I think there was 8 players or something, or was it more than that he played the noon one, and got into the TOC on it. So it's another opportunity if you're end of the month and you're hunting to get into the Tournament of Champions.
Was that noon on Saturday?
Fridays. It's Fridays.
Fridays at noon?
It's Fridays. Yep. 5 a.m. Rob, and then
GG.
Oh.
Damn.
Good Lord.
Oh, battery running low.
Just kings and flopping sets. Tough game, Eric, huh? Tough game.
Yeah, the deck's slapping me in the face today.
Well, I wish it was just the deck, but I've seen you play enough to know when the deck hits you, you're unstoppable. When your deck's cold for you, then you're competitive. So that's tough.
Hey guys, I'm going to call it a night.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for jumping on here.
Great hanging
Thank
with
you. That was a lot of fun.
Congrats on being 1-0.
Yeah. 2-0 next week.
There you go. That's it.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right, take care.
Good night.
When we were talking about Matt Berkey and how smart he was earlier, I was really itching to jump in there with smartest when it comes to choosing football teams. I know that much. He's a big supporter of the black and yellow.
He's from Pittsburgh.
Well, he's from
That's right. Yeah. Unlike Jim, who's just like, oh, let me root for a winner. Let me just choose Pittsburgh.
Yeah, right. Now, I just told you how old I was.
Against Matt, though.
Yeah, that's it, Jack. I told you how old I was. Don't tell me how great the Steelers were in the 80s. That's when I started watching.
Lynn Swan, John Stallworth, those.
Yeah, you were before Terry Bradshaw. All that was before.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Barely.
So you're not familiar with the Immaculate Deception?
Oh, I've never heard of it. Never heard of it, Eric.
Here we go.
I've heard of something similar, but
so the guy illegally double touched it, and then the guy trapped the ball, and then
And I tell Jim, you mean trapped it. Here's Jim's defense for why it was a catch. Ready? I've been to the statue. When they built the statue with space between the ball and the ground. He's like,
yes.
I've been to the statue.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
It's pretty clear. Statues don't lie. It was totally clear.
You watch every video, it never shows the ball, right? It's always just his hands and never.
It's too bad because it would be nice to put that baby to bed. It'd be nice to put that to rest.
Just another asterisk for you in your life.
That's what I'm saying. If I get any more asterisks, I'm gonna have to start rooting for the Patriots.
Took the air out of the room.
It really did, didn't it?
No pun intended.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Good one.
Oh, I hope we're recording this. I have to send it to my friend Hanson.
I wish I would have been smart enough to put that together before I said it. That's a fantastic.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I see. So this is my first time on Facebook. I don't have an account, but I guess I can look at this publicly.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe don't go there. Facebook is not the best place.
I'm not joining. I'm not joining. I'm not joining. Twitter is as close as I get.
I've had a couple of friends like just this week post, you know what, this is too much. I'm taking a break from Facebook. It's a little too toxic, and I don't blame them.
Guys, I hate to tell you what I just folded.
We want to hear it. Yeah.
Probably jacks, because you're supposed to fold those pre-flop.
Jack 10 of diamonds.
I wish I would have remembered that when I had I lost the fun. I'll let these guys finish the hand before I tell them.
Jack 10 of diamonds.
70.
Straight flush. I didn't play my 5-6 of diamond.
Yes.
Oh, you'd have the bad end of it anyway. So
that's right. Someone else would have shown up with the top.
It's a second nuts. I mean,
yeah, you'd have to just check that down.
Bad beat jackpot.
Oh yeah, are we having one of those?
Yep, it's 10% of the entry fee goes into the bad beat jackpot.
Right. Nice. Yes, that's right.
Hey, more
pays out.
Then, yay.
Pays out annually.
How do you get it? How do you get 10% of a pin?
You just get the back. You get the little thing that holds it on the back.
Oh, the little pin.
Yeah, that's
pin itself.
We'll also send you the back. Oh man, who's gonna win this thing? Let's see. I haven't even looked at the stacks. 5 left.
Oh, another break.
9 p.m. purgatory before I play that hand. But then I won't play that. It might re-raise me.
Take a little
break, guys. Good stuff.
Winner take all, right?
It's yeah.
But we gotta,
the only thing we're playing for, what are we playing for tonight? All it is for the TOC seed, right?
TOC,
shout out.
Yep.
Oh, it's the pride, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the pride, baby. Yeah, it's for sure. This will go out to this recording will be in infamy forever. You know, so you got that piece. You got the and Jim's recording the final table, right? So what we do is with this thing is we so we typically release it together. So what I'll do is I'll edit. We'll take the whole Zoom discussion from the beginning on, and then what I'll do is I'll layer in this video, you know, kind of arrange the videos so we'll have the conversation going on with the final table. So once in a while, at least at the end, we have to somebody has to acknowledge oh, okay, it's over, because
then
I've done this before several months where I'm like, we're not even talking about the game. I have no idea where to patch in the video. At the end, somebody says, "Oh, okay, I guess that's it," and then I'm like, "Okay, now find the end of the video and sync that up." Because
at least this time you said "final table" out loud.
I did.
When it was time to cue us.
Yeah, it wasn't the perfect time, but that would be pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So we'll have to at the end. At the end, we can do it.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, you know what? I'll type something in the chat, and then I'll say it out here at the same time. Will that help? If you had something in the chat box and then also something here. So yes, right now,
the chat box on the table,
yeah. So right now it's what, 10:57? It's 10:57, Steve.
It's 9:57.
Oh, it's 9:57.
Oh, for God's sake! Savages!
Well,
Savages! There, I just typed 9:57 in from the
We're all gonna get
Poker admin account,
and that'll help that it's on the break too, if that helps.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Well, just so you guys know, I mean, obviously, you know, I probably don't need to tell you, but don't feel like you have to stay on here in the Zoom call. I think I've had that before where somebody told me before, well, I felt bad, leaving the Zoom call. No, just hang on as long as you want. So
yeah,
just
it's a buffet. We're a buffet. Come in, take what you like, and don't feel like you got to eat everything on the table. That would be too much to ask. We talk about that with the panel too. Even the panel, we can't do everything, man. direct poker does way too much stuff for everybody to do everything. You just got to take what you like.
All right, then I'm calling it a night.
Are you? Are you calling it a night?
There you go. All right. Well,
Hey,
we'll see you again soon, Kelly. That was fun.
That was
Congrats
fun.
again, man. Fantastic.
Congrats on that pin.
Woo, thanks.
Pretty cool club. We're in the club.
Yep, we are in Woo!
She's great.
Yeah, no, she's super fun.
Jim, where are you from in Canada?
I grew up in Toronto. I spent about 5 years in Halifax, which I loved. And now I live between Toronto and Kingston, just east of Toronto, in a little town called Cobourg, Ontario.
I know Cobourg.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I live in Stouffville.
Oh, right on. Yeah, cool. It's funny. It's funny. So all us Canadians live like 10 miles from the U.S. border. We're all just like right up along the.
You want to be close to us. Admit it, Jim. You want to be close to us.
It's because it's the warmest part of the country.
I know.
Yeah.
Say, Jim,
Oh,
when is Canada going to annex Minnesota?
Oh, I know you're waiting for it. I know we're. I know
I've been asking.
Yeah, I think we. I mean, hey, let's talk. Let's get a couple. Let's get our heads together and see if we can make something.
Jim's
happen.
on Facebook now. He could start a Facebook group.
I think
make it
Facebook's
happen.
probably where you could find some reasoned debate about something like that.
But then you have Lake of the Woods and Rainy Lake all in one country.
Now you're talking.
Jack just wants it for the fishing. He just wants to not have to cross the border.
I don't
for
like
fishing.
Canadian football, though. That's a big problem.
No, you're right. Canada invented it, but America perfected it. There's no doubt about it. I like the NFL better. Yeah. It's true.
I sent my request in, Steve, for my.
I just approved it.
Oh, you did? Excellent.
Well, at first I declined it to be funny, but then I thought maybe that's not very funny.
Yeah, funny guy.
No, it would have been funny.
It would have been funny.
I'd rather be fun than funny.
Yeah.
Right. We've had that conversation.
So Kim, where were you playing locally live from Stouffville? What was your how did you scratch that itch?
Mostly in meetup groups.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So like there's clubs in Toronto.
Yeah.
And then I used to go, well, I was going to Playground.
Yeah.
You know, when I could. And then Great Blue Heron, I played their tournaments when they.
Don't they just do a spread limit there though? Is that a?
No, they used to have tournaments, but they stopped those.
Oh, okay.
But they had tournaments for years.
Huh.
So played those. But mostly I just look for excuses to travel other places to play.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah, no kidding. But I do feel like we're in kind of like a black hole of casinos here.
Yeah, we definitely are. Yeah, Niagara a bit. Played in Niagara.
Yeah, Niagara. That's where Chad's on the west side and Playground's on the east side. But you know, it's like 4 or 5 hours in the car either way.
It's a pain.
Yeah. I mean, first world problems, right? I know lots of people have to drive to get to the casino, but it's just far enough that it's not quite a day trip for me if I'm also going to spend a bunch of time playing. I don't want to have to drive for 4 hours, you know, in the dark.
Right. It's almost like you got to go get your Airbnb and then play the next day.
Really? Yeah, for sure. Exactly. And then at that point, it's like, well, you're not doing it for the money. You know, you're going to go drop 2 nights accommodation.
Yeah. Who does it for the money? Isn't it?
Wow.
It's for the funny.
Yeah. I just want to have a realistic and disciplined bankroll control. That's all my thing. I want to be able to, but yeah, like the idea of like doing it as part of a vacation. I really like that idea. Just traveling for it.
Yeah. See, Jim, what you got to do is what I do when the world is normal again. Instead of driving 4 hours, you do a 4-hour flight and you're in Vegas.
Right. Yep. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good
If
point.
you don't like the card game, you just walk one casino over and hop into another one.
That's a really good point. I've only been to Vegas once. A couple buddies flew me down for my bachelor party. We had a great week down there. I played a lot of poker, but it was in the wrong time of year to really play some fun poker down there.
It was supposed to be this year, man.
I know. It was my 40th birthday party. The whole thing was going to be this trip down to Vegas. We've been planning it forever.
What
yeah.
a drag.
Oh man. Yeah, my wife and my buddy, they like snuck around behind my back and got this whole accommodation set up at this Airbnb down there, and we were like gonna fly some buddies down and stuff. My first WSOP was the theory. But instead we launched Rec.Poker version 2.0, and I've been joking with my friends that, man, you couldn't have made a better decision for my poker game than getting more involved with Rec Poker. Like if I had to choose between spending a week in Vegas and getting more involved with Rec Poker, I know the right decision was made for me 100%. Vegas will always be there, but you know, yeah, it's been great.
It'll be there next year. We'll get hopefully next year. You know, that was the plan. 3 years
debatable.
ago.
Next year's debatable.
I know. I'm hopeful.
Bit of a cesspool down there south of us.
Yeah.
How is COVID doing in Canada?
137,000 cases.
Yeah, Ontario saw 200 or 300 cases today, which was the new record for the province, I think.
Yeah, last Sunday, just as an
Meaning
example, there was 0
Yeah.
COVID deaths in
That's
Canada.
the high end for you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really low for us.
Yeah.
But we were down to like less than 100 a day for a nice stretch.
Good game, Kian.
So.
Chad, what were you saying? There was 0 a week ago?
On Sunday, there was 0 COVID deaths in Canada.
In
and
Canada.
there was 900 in the States. Just on
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a rare day.
Canadians just sort of got on it a bit quicker, I think, than the U.S. did. You know, we just sort of do what we're told. Slap
We're
the
naturally
mask on.
spaced out a little bit better.
Yeah, we are spaced out.
here.
Yeah, right.
See you later.
Thanks, Kian.
See you, Kian. Good game.
See you next
See ya,
time.
Kian.
Good game. Take care, guys.
Hey,
buddy.
Kian, real
Night.
quick before you go.
Oh.
Are you in the
Yeah.
middle of harvest, or are you super crazy busy, or are things calmed down a little bit?
This week started to get going now that the smoke's starting to clear out a bit out of the atmosphere. We're able to get back out there and pick the grapes and bring them in. Hopefully it won't affect the quality of the grapes right now. There's a lot of analysis being done on the grapes by the local lab, so they're really backed up. But what we've produced so far, knock on wood, has been high quality. So no issues smoked in. It's amazing if there's a lot of smoke in the vineyard that it can impart into the resulting wine, which
crazy.
Yeah.
It's no good. Yeah, it smells like an ashtray. No good.
Man, that's insane. Yeah. Well, stay safe out there and good luck.
All right.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Good to see you.
All right.
Bye.
Take care.
Yeah, we'll see ya.
Yeah, scary stuff.
Yeah, it's too bad. But I don't know if it'll be safe to travel by next summer.
Not me.
Fair enough.
It all depends on how the vaccines come out and how they're rolled out and how, how they work, how well they work, and how many people get them and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not taking any chances. I'm not getting on a plane. I'm not playing live cards. I'm not eating in restaurants. I mean, everyone's got to find their own way, but I'm a better safe than sorry guy when it comes to this kind of stuff. And I probably won't get back into the normal routine until I've gotten the vaccine myself and feel like I'm protected. I got older relatives that I like to see, and it just, I can't bear the responsibility of getting someone else sick is what it really is for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I look after I'm the main caregiver for my 95-year-old mother who still lives alone. So yeah, don't want to take any chances, but I have been out to eat a couple of times on patios.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been out on patio twice, but like really spaced out, like the patio that, like not a busy patio.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even now I feel like kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. The scary thing for me is because of this, like, and we won't talk about this long, but the scary thing for me is because of the long asymptomatic period, just not knowing if you've got it or not, and like just not having the confidence that you're not infecting people, just makes me feel like I never know when I'm being careful enough or not being careful enough. So that stresses me out.
I think you got to use your common sense, and you also have to know that, life can't stop.
Right.
So you have to take the precautions that need to be taken, and then, expand your bubbles as you can, as you see fit. If you trust that the other people are, having in their bubbles, and it's like being social beings. We can't just all stay disconnected forever.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Have to play
these
stupid home games. Well, you're right, Kim. We up until the coronavirus hit, we had 2 home games a month. Period. That's all we had. 2 home games a month, and they were popular, but we didn't feel like people were.
And nobody was like clamoring for more. That we,
And I think John had the great idea that, like, hey guys, I'd like to do about 32 times as much work each month. Could we possibly have a home game every single day? Because I'm not very busy, and I like to work on this stuff for free all the time. And so we said, sure, John, yeah, we can make that happen. Let's do at least one every day, maybe more. What a great idea! And it's been really well received. And I have so much fun just chatting with people and playing poker. Like, God, isn't that what we got into this in the first place for? It's
Right.
great. It's great.
That's why live poker is so great.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah.
It's like, but
JB's our chip leader now.
You called it, Steve. You called it from the get-go.
How did
Put the
that
pressure
happen?
on you. How'd that happen?
Those kings, those pack of kings I had.
That helps. It's a good time of the tournament to pick those up.
Yep. Plus, you don't have me drawing out to like a 3-outer against you. So that helps. That helps.
Yeah, you should at least do something with those chips. I mean, I'm a Minnesota sports fan, so I like when we lose to the eventual champion, so we can feel like that's kind of all we have going for. It's like, oh yeah, that's who beat us.
He was the best.
That's all the trophies. That's
We were second 15 times.
Second, right? If we went to run into them, we probably would have got to the championship. So I'm well versed.
There wasn't wide left.
Oh no! It's still too soon, JD. It's still too soon.
It's never too soon.
Oh,
that's great.
Disaster.
Oh man, how sweet is it? I don't know if anyone. I know some people are football fans here, but how great is it on Sunday, win or lose, just to sit on the couch, watch some football, maybe have a beer, and just like have a normal football Sunday again. That I just felt like that was just what I needed. Just what I needed these days.
Yeah, I won my fantasy football league, and I won my Survivor league because I had Pittsburgh.
Yes.
And Juju Smith-Schuster.
He was there for you.
Fantastic night.
Yep. Smart guy, Rob. Rob's one of those smart guys I was telling you about.
This is the first year I haven't been in my fantasy league since Nick was about 12, and he's 42. I opted out because I was too much stress with this move. It was like, and I didn't know half the people who were playing. I thought a lot of the players bowed out because of COVID, and it was like, I don't have time to keep up with all that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fantasy league started in 1979.
Oh, fun.
And we're still going.
Now that is a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
For you.
There he goes again. Oh,
how many of the original players? Or how many of the original people are in it?
4.
That's super awesome. I love that, Rob.
That's how Nick started. Nick and me and 2 of his little buddies in the neighborhood. And then it grew, I don't know, probably when he was a senior in high school to about me and him and 8 of his friends. And that's the way it's been off and on for years.
Oh, that's great.
I hated to let it go, but it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I never heard of fantasy football, and then my buddy came back from California, and he said, "Hey, I got this game. We should try it." And we used to wait on Monday morning. You'd have to get the paper to figure out, figure out if you won or not. Now today, you just go online, and it's updated as they run. The guy runs 10 yards, you got another point.
That's what we were talking about, because I used to be the commissioner. The last time I played was with the newspaper, and I'd be doing, doing all that, and then like sometimes like the Monday night game or whatever, one of the games would be like too late. I don't know if it was on the West Coast or whatever, but like the whole box score wouldn't be there on Tuesday, She had to wait till like Wednesday to get the full box.
I did
Amazing.
that too because they put me as commissioner, and then they tried to do NBA, which was multiple games a week, which was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, forget that. No,
When you're doing it all manually.
We did
No
a
way.
rotisserie baseball league before the internet stats or anything. So I'd have to take on USA Today would come out once a week with the stats of every player.
The
and I'd have to go in and just throw it into a Quattro spreadsheet, and just and a bunch of macros that would distribute it all. It was just like freaking crazy.
Wait, Jim probably has never been without internet because he's so young.
Well, we only got it in Canada a couple years ago.
Yeah. Jim just got it at his house.
So, yeah.
They just upgraded his house to a reusable internet.
It's true. That's not a lie. We got the new 5
That's that
technology.
Canadian broadband again.
Yes, exactly. Jack knows what I'm talking about.
Greener.
Yeah, I think I've got a better internet connection than Steve now.
I'm sure you do.
Got that new
Mine's
fancy...
not bad, but I'm in Podunk, Minnesota, so. But yours was really bad. Like yours was.
Oh yeah, no, mine was like
horrific.
I don't know how we.
We almost kicked you out of Rec Poker.
That would have been fair. Tough but fair. Tough but fair. Yep.
But an opportunity missed.
I know, right?
I got a silver pin. Now you're stuck with me. That's it.
Yeah, that's a good point. How many of these opportunities are we gonna have? Dang it! Good point, John.
Yeah, that's right. So, no, soon you're only going to be able to be a member at Rec Poker if you've physically been inside the Running Aces casino.
Where is that casino?
It's in Minnesota.
It's near.
So the podcast started in Minnesota. So a lot of the folks that are have been around with the podcast for the longest know that casino and are from Minnesota. So
right.
I think a fair amount of the folks on the call here.
The last time I played live poker was Rec Poker Day there.
Oh yeah.
We did a big Rec Poker Day at Running Aces on February 29th.
Yep. St. Oswald's Day.
St. Oswald's Day, as Rob would say. Rob had a phenomenal day of poker that day, both tournaments, but it was super fun. I mean, we had a lot of people show up and just had a blast, and then none of us knew that would be the last time we were going to play. That was crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
I know I was disappointed to miss it, but I don't remember why.
I think you said you just didn't want to be there.
Probably.
I think you said something about hating people.
It's
probably the grandkids, yeah. You can't be at everything, but it was fun. It was a super fun day.
So Ken,
my most fun experience was your what did you call it? The African
the All In for Africa tournament?
Yeah. That was fun.
Those were super fun. Yeah, we had 8 of them total.
Yeah.
Raised over $100,000, I believe, total. Yeah, those were fun. Because a lot of that, we'd have the big name pros come and play too, just because they're like,
and the
funnest I've ever had playing, just because it's just so much more relaxing than the big stuff they're normally playing. Yeah, that was fun.
Has anyone been to a Run Good event?
Run
Good Poker Series event? No?
I've heard they're really awesome.
They sound really fun too. Like Run It Up Reno kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Chad, you've probably been. Chad would be the one I would guess have been there, but maybe not.
No, I haven't been to.
Chad knows everybody. He's been everywhere, I assume.
I had an invite to a Run Good, but that was before COVID happened.
I know a few people who've gone to them and just love them.
Yeah, they had them in like South Dakota or Iowa or something like that.
I think they had one in Omaha.
Oh, that's right.
Or Council Bluffs, right across from Omaha. So technically Iowa.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's where they were supposed to be. I was going to be going to that whatever that one was coming up. That's not now.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people from Minnesota go to those a lot.
I don't really know where Minnesota is.
Just south of Canada.
Yeah.
It's just,
when you cross the border, you go right into Minnesota.
Yeah.
North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota. It's all the same. It's flyover country.
The longest undefended land border in the world. The longest
We're straight south of Winnipeg
in the world. Yep.
That's okay. Right. All right.
Finally, a reason to leave Winnipeg.
Rob, south of Canada. South of Canada.
I've only
Just south
been
of
to
Canada,
Windsor.
So helpful.
I've only been to Windsor, Canada.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Jump across.
Working on a case, we had to go. That was way back before you didn't even need a passport to go to Canada.
Yeah, a driver's license or a friendly smile.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yep.
I've been to Canada a few times. I've been to Montreal. I've been to Calgary.
Montreal.
I drove through Canada to get to Alaska once.
Whoa, really?
Yep. That was amazing.
That's a nice drive.
Oh man, the Elkhart Highway in those days was all dirt. It was a dirt road going through the Yukon Territory into Alaska. It's like, wow.
Yeah. I can
I'm
only
trying
imagine.
to think if they even had cars then, Rob. Was that was a car though?
I had a donkey and a cart.
So Rob, so it was you in a cart, is what I hear.
Oh yeah, you got it. You got it.
If you don't know who the donkey is,
it's me.
I don't see a donkey here.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
They're battling.
I went to school in Halifax on the East Coast, and so I've done the drive from Toronto to Halifax several times and back, and that's a nice drive too, through Quebec and New Brunswick. It's a lot of nice scenic parts of that. But I haven't done the drive west. I haven't gone through the prairies. It's on my list. Maybe next year. We're not going to be flying anywhere. Might be time for that road trip holiday.
Yeah.
Do you actually have a list? I'm guessing
we can't go east now.
Right. They quarantine.
What?
No, the eastern provinces. Even if
They're
you're
in their own
traveling
bubble.
there, if you travel there from Ontario, you still have to go into quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Troy!
Nice.
Oh man.
But I missed that. What was it?
I almost.
Full house. Wow.
Chad at ace 10 and Troy at ace 6 and 2 6s on
I
the
saw
flop.
the 6s.
2 6s on the flop.
I'm on tilt.
There he goes as he ships. Oh, he runs
no! Oh, damn.
Hey, I feel your pain, Chad. He did that to me
so
too.
Gross.
Four-handed. Oh
That's
man.
so gross.
Yeah.
That
Eric's like, I
brutal.
hope he's on tilt. Let's go.
My funny was going, I probably shouldn't shove here, but it's ace four-handed, and I'm sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, King
Oh
Queen.
yeah.
Sure. Dewey was a little stronger than, but he could have a lot of Broadway cards.
You're hoping, yeah, for sure, or 5s or 4s or 3s or something.
Yeah.
Eric, that's kind of a loose call there with those aces. Kind of a snap.
Well, he was in position.
Kind of loose there. Jeez, I put a spot to pick him up.
I insta call. I didn't slow roll.
Yeah, didn't pull the moss.
That would have been the time.
No moss.
No
Chad
Taylor
would have
Moss.
been Taylor. I would have been very disappointed that you didn't just go the tank there.
Why do the cards always get so bad at this time of the tournament?
Because you got to play them.
You
They
just had
look worse
kings
'cause
like
you
10
gotta
minutes
play 'em.
ago.
There's some just not playable.
Yeah.
Jim's going to talk you into shoving with king 3 offsuit.
That's my only play.
Get it
Gotta
in
get
the
Win too.
I got
Probably
if I don't get in with a bad hand, how am I going to draw out on you?
Yeah.
You're right there,
Oh,
JB. You got chips.
Yeah, I guess my 7-2 was good. Oh, I shouldn't
See?
have said anything.
Now Eric knows that Troy doesn't have 7-2.
No, he's got 7-9.
Yeah, you can still have 9-4.
Right, exactly. Eric's gonna apply the pressure knowing that JB folded 7 deuce.
I'm a poker player. Do I tell the truth? Come on.
Right. Or is that the bluff? Dun, dun,
Tell him what you
Right.
now to make up for it. You got to tell him what you have next time you have
Hey,
a hand that you play.
There's no lying in poker. You know that.
Well, exactly.
I mean, I'm sure there's a spectrum for that. Personally, I'm really scrupulous about not lying. I'll mislead, I'll omit information, but I will never say something that is not true at the poker table about poker. Maybe,
yeah, that's what I always say. I'll bluff, but I won't lie. If I tell you what I had, it's what I had.
Yeah,
but
if I tell you I didn't look at my cards, I didn't look at my cards. Like people lie. but not rec poker people. I don't know.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but that's just kind of my deal too.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
He's setting up the big lie right now. Is what he's
Yeah.
doing. Just so you know, I never lie. So
That's right. And I always have aces.
I was in a hand with Matt Hamilton one of these home games once. I told him what I had. I said, I got kings here, Matt. he's like, what do you have? I think we had there was like a 3 flush up there, and I had like kings with the king of clubs or something. And I put him to the test or whatever. He's like, oh, what do you got here? I said, I got kings with the king of clubs. And I think he just never thought I was actually telling him the truth.
Right.
He pulled that showed.
That's awesome. So Kim, I don't know your origin story, your rec poker origin story. How did you find the group? What led you to this, to the podcast or to the site?
I don't remember.
Well, so
I think I probably heard Steve on somebody else's podcast because I listen to a lot of poker podcasts.
Yeah, me too.
When I'm when I used to go to the gym, and then and now when I walk my dog, I'm pretty sure that's when I first looked it up. I heard Steve on somebody else's podcast. I don't know when it was. Sometime earlier this year.
We hear
and
that.
I never
never
really
really
looked into it until I guess I started playing in August, maybe. When did I start playing these? Maybe in August.
I'd say last month or so, somewhere in there.
Yeah, not long. Not long enough to get my player. Of the, not long enough to earn Player of the Year.
That's right. 2021 Player of the Year. That's right.
I'll donate.
I'm excited to start fresh too.
Oh, there it is. Oh, no.
Oh, Troy.
Good game, Troy.
I'm sorry.
Troy, that was a nice little finish there.
Right.
Poker.
Good
Eric
game.
and JB, look at this.
This stupid game we all love.
Stupid.
Bit of an addiction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think I could personally stomach the game if it wasn't for the fun and the relationships that I have. I mean, everybody approaches it for differently, but that's why I miss live poker too. Like, I'm not the online guy, but I don't know that I can handle the variance if it was if I was just serious, if I showed up, just played, and then left. My personality, I don't think I'd handle it. I've got to take some joy out of playing, so I have something to at least go back on when bad things happen or if I play bad.
I used to play.
I kind of took it up. I kind of took it up when all my kids started leaving home, and I needed another focus. I mean, I was working, but I still needed something to sort of be addicted to.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a good addiction. Anybody got some ideas?
That's right.
I was looking
That's
for a
right.
good addiction. Yeah.
Philanthropy. Yeah.
I'll do a little of that on the side.
Mm-hmm.
It's I need a focus. So
yeah, for me it's the competition. It's competing with people and trying your best and winning and losing. And that's what I love about football too. I just like people trying their best and
Is that 9-7?
Yep.
I started when you started, Steve, in 2010.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when I started playing.
Did you say that's when you retired, or that's when?
No, that's when I started playing poker.
Right.
That's when my kids.
When the kids left or whatever. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I started playing because of my kids. We had me and two of my buddies. We had 10 teenagers between us. And we were they kind of lost interest in fishing. That's
You were
what I
supposed
did.
to call that. Good job.
Oh, what just happened? Oh, it's over. I didn't even see
there it
it.
is.
Wow.
Good
game.
Binkley. Eric takes it down.
Go, Eric.
He does.
That's why
Why
my
wouldn't
bluffs
he?
never work. He
2 months in a row.
Oh no, Joanne.
I know. He always wins these things. What was the last
Good
hand? I
game.
didn't even see it.
You'll have
Ace
to
3 versus Jack 4.
Shay B, what are you doing?
Dude, I had the flush draw on the turn.
She was betting her flush draw. I caught an ace, and then she caught a jack, so she jammed, and I already had the
He
ace. So.
called.
Okay, you never got there.
My bluffs never work with that 4 to the.
Were you bluffing? Semi-bluffing if you had the
She was
jack.
semi-bluffing on the flop and turn, and then she caught a jack, so she had some showdown value.
Okay.
Whatever, it was fun.
I caught the ace.
Nice. Well, good run. Congrats, Eric.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Good
All right,
night.
Jack. Good to see you, man.
Jack.
Fun times.
Yeah.
See everybody.
Yeah, fun. Thanks,
we can let you guys all go here, but yeah, thanks for jumping on. We'll do it again third Wednesday of October as well,
Is
and we'll
that
just
when
see.
this happens? How often?
Third Wednesday of the month. We do this
Okay.
one. So we have the Zoom thing. We do the Zoom thing every Tuesday night on the regular home game. So that's open to anybody. This one, and we don't bring in any special guests or whatever. This one is just for the paid members, and this is the one that we'll bring in. You know, we'll reach out. A number of people. Lynn Gilmartin, Lexi Gavin, a lot of those folks said, yeah, I want to do it. They've been on here before.
I know Lexi.
So, okay.
She was at my camp. She was at my self-supply camp.
Oh, she's awesome. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. So,
as a student.
Yeah.
As a student.
Yeah. Hey, we're all learning.
So we'll try to get 3 or 4 of those folks. I think, did that work pretty well tonight? You guys like that where they come in, pop in for 15 minutes or so?
It was fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I'll try and get a list of questions next time. I didn't really know how it all worked, so.
Oh yeah, we don't really know how it works either. I just
making this up as we go.
We didn't know the Zoom link in the beginning, anyways.
I know exactly. Well,
that's right.
Well, it turns out you're the only one that didn't get the Zoom link, Eric, and now I see why. Next time you're not going to get it.
Yeah, exactly. I swear I didn't email it to everyone else on purpose.
I know. Why Eric's here? Who told Eric?
God, stop inviting Eric to these. God.
Yeah, so no, we just just invite. We say, hey, we're just hanging out. Come hang out. Sometimes we talk poker. Sometimes we talk life. It just it's just all organic. So if you have questions, that's great. But otherwise, it just kind of flows naturally.
Yeah, that was good.
Cool. All right, guys. We'll have a good rest of the evening.
Wait. I want to ask him something. Did you join PLAN, Poker League of Nations, the All Women's International Group?
And WPA, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Are there 2 different groups?
Yeah. They're a bit rivalry.
Oh.
But they do different things, so it's fine.
Yeah, they're fun.
They should probably have a competition, a friendly competition, to see how many of each of their members will sign up for a free Rec Poker account. That feels like a fun way to
always be closing, Jim.
Them, right? You know?
Kelly is the one that told me about it.
Here.
Kelly is the one that told me about it, and it's fun.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Okay. Good night.
All
Thank
right.
you. Much fun.
Nice to meet everyone.
See everybody. That was really fun.
Take care.